Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live stream. I'm Women's Grandmaster Sabina Foisor, joined by my wonderful co-host, FIDE Master Gauri Shankar, and we are live from Orlando, Florida, where this year the U.S. Chess Federation is organizing the Pan American Youth Chess Championships. Over the course of this week, we're going to commentate on the games that are broadcasted live, and we have two games from each section for open and girls under 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. So there's going to be quite a number of games that we'll go over. The players are already competing in round 4 of this competition. It's taking place in the Rosen hotels. It's a really beautiful location to play chess. And if you get some time to relax, you might be able to go enjoy Disney World, right?
Or
Just
Orlando, yeah, Universal
Orlando
Studios, yeah.
for a bit. So it's hopefully a nice location, and the players are already getting into some intense chess going.
Okay.
So I think we can get into the games.
Yes,
and,
absolutely. So we're gonna jump right into the under 18 open section, and the players are FIDE Master Terry Luo playing white from the United States versus Fabian Zavaleta from Peru. So did we mention how many countries and how many players?
No, would you like to do that?
Yeah, there are 368 players from 28 countries. And the winner of the under 18 section will actually get an international master title, which is very prestigious, only second to a grandmaster title. And I believe the second and third place, they get a norm.
Yes,
Right?
they do.
So
We'll mention more of that as the
Yes.
tournament continues. And there's a lot of American players competing here. It's kind of like when you're the host country,
Yes.
you tend to bring a bit more people.
Yes.
I think about a third of the players, 121 Americans in
Yes.
all of the groups. And they're, of course, all competing for the top
yeah, the
places.
top countries are Americans, Jamaica, Mexico, Canada, Ecuador, and Peru, to name a few,
Yes.
representing in this tournament. Okay, so let's go right to the games. I believe an hour has passed, a little bit more than an hour. There's a small delay, so it's not exactly live
Right.
from the DGT boards. And we have the current position. I think this came from a Grunfeld opening.
I also
Yes.
just wanted to let everyone know that the time control for this tournament is 90 minutes plus 30 seconds increments, so there's no second time control. It's a bit faster. This is the newest kind of time control that FIDE utilizes for a lot of the official events. So the games, if you enter time trouble, you're gonna play the entire game in time trouble. Luckily, you get 30 extra seconds, so that is a good thing. Both of these players are actually on 3 out of 3. And on board 2, we'll also have a player who is on 3 out of 3. So that's something, we can mention.
So let's start analyzing some of these positions. We have a pretty crazy position right now, Sabina, on board 1. A lot of things are happening, a lot of fireworks here. Let's count the material. It looks like black is up a pawn.
Yeah.
And there are, it is white's turn, but there are some little pressure in white's position, but the king feels really unsafe for black. And it is opposite colored bishops. So opposite colored bishops usually favor the attacker, and having these dark square weaknesses, I am concerned for black's king. So it being white's move and the weak king, I think definitely compensates for the lack of a pawn in white's position. And maybe if I were to play, if I pick a side, I don't know. Do I pick white here? Because all of black's pieces look a little bit uncoordinated. Like the rooks are disconnected. The bishop is kind of doing its own thing on a2. It's a very sharp position indeed.
It
But,
is
yeah.
tricky. I remember there's this famous game, I think Karpov Kasparov, where there was a queen attack with opposite color bishops, and that did not go very well for the defending side. So if that bishop would somehow switch over to h6, I wonder if he can even try to give up the rook, and probably won't have time to do that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Probably white has to move the rook in this position. question is rook a1 does pin the bishop, but then we lose the back rank stuff. So rook a1 is interesting. Rook b2 is also interesting. Rook a1 seems like the most natural move in this position, right? And how does black actually unpin?
What about rook e8, trying to get your bishop?
Yeah, counterattacking. That makes sense. And then the bishop has to move somewhere. Let's say, well, it's not so easy because rook bishop g5 will be met by maybe rook e5.
Yeah.
Not that looks pretty uncomfortable. Although
Luckily, I have queen e3, but
there's also queen takes c6, so we can. I don't know if we can make moves here. Rook here,
yeah.
rook here, and if you go here, there is this rook e5. But then there's queen takes c6, queen takes c6, rook takes c6, takes, threatening checkmate. Maybe f3.
Yeah, because you
Rook
have the rook
e7.
in e2, so that's a nice defensive. All right, so we'll get to a.
I wonder if
Probably
the eval
Josh.
bar is correct. Let me just make a really bad move to see if it goes. Oh yeah, it does go down. So
Yeah.
so we can't see the engine, but the eval bar agrees with the analysis. So it seems like this could be a potential variation, right? Of pinning the bishop, them attacking our bishop, and yeah. Hello, Air Phoenix. Maybe have one. Yeah, feel free to ask us questions in the chat, guys. Definitely. You
Let us
prefer
know who
white
you're
here.
watching, where
Okay.
you're watching from, whom you're rooting for from any of these sections.
So rook a1, rook e8 is actually a pretty interesting variation. Does white have something other than bishop g5? But the thing is, black will take this pawn, and then there's back rank issues, you know, for white as well. But let's just pretend white has a different move here. Maybe bishop d6, right? Rook takes e4. Problem is, this is pretty dangerous, and rook e2 is also protecting. So this is not a good idea. So we might see like this petering out into a draw,
There's
right? Yeah.
There's some chance.
Hello,
And
Mr. Banana Brain. Yeah, feel free to ask us any questions and also tell us if there's a specific board that you want us to focus on. I think this one, it looks like it's equal. Let's
Yes.
move on to the next board. We have 2 boards from each section. So there's under 18 and then under 16, under 14, 12, 10, and 8. And
Yes.
for the open section, boys and girls, and also the girls only section as well.
Yes.
So we have a bunch of sections. Okay, so second board, we have Timur Kelaberda from Canada versus another Canadian, Vishruth Sharma, who's, I think, dad was here in the
Yes.
commentary booth. Okay, so here we go. We're going to quickly go through the game. We have an Italian opening in that game, board 2, and d4. So I think it's called the Scotch Gambit. E5, d5. Yeah, this is theory. Bishop b5, knight e4. There's also knight d7 is playable too in this line. Knight d7, knight e4. Yeah, this is pretty much theoretical.
yes.
I don't like these positions as black actually because I'm scared of these pawns. They're really like dangerous. So I had this position against I believe Brewington Hardaway, and it was a draw. But I remember I was like in trouble in that game. Here, okay. This still looks theoretical.
I often feel a bit scared with black playing the positions because I never know, will my knight survive in e4 or not? Will white be able to trade it off? And then black can stay with a slightly worse pawn structure. But if you actually get to push the pawns, which seems that is happening in this position, maybe black will just have something nice because bishop c6 comes in next.
Okay.
Yeah, the 2 bishops together working.
But look at this guy.
Yeah, the other one is not
It looks like a
happy.
pawn.
Maybe you can get some c4, d3 later on and open it up, but of course, that's the sad part about the position for black.
It looks harder to play for black. And also, even if black does everything well, it might just be a draw or something. Hello, Renga. You play this exact line as black and it's typically not. Yes, I think so. That's when knight d7 might be a little bit less annoying, but I'm not sure. Okay, so bishop h4. And we have f5. Wow. The engine doesn't like that move, but I'm not sure why. Queen f5. This is going to get tactical really soon. Is it knight g5, the idea here? I think white's still thinking here. Yeah, okay. So white just sacked a pawn and then starts thinking.
But wait, no, I think you wanted knight takes d4, right? But I don't know if it works.
Okay, so knight takes e4 or knight g5.
Yeah, one of those moves.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a question from Air Phoenix, who's asking us if we think that white played the Scotch because it has many traps and they thought black might fall for one.
I think so.
Probably
I mean,
not. You think so?
traps are good, right?
Well, but these players are pretty high level. You know, these 2200 FIDE. We're looking at FIDE ratings.
But he's playing down a little bit. He's playing someone a few hundred points lower rated, and Scotch Gambit could be pretty tricky.
Or maybe that's their main opening too.
Yeah, it
it's
could be.
possible.
It also depends on what course it's at. For example, I think Wesley So recommends the Scotch Gambit stuff, right? In his course,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
I think so. Some sort of Italian Scotch. So if like some new course comes out, that becomes like the trend.
That's true.
So it
That's
depends. I don't know what other chessable courses out there. Yeah, the chessable meta. I know that many grandmasters, like, I know for a fact, like, I was rooming with one grandmaster, he has his own repertoire, and then he would periodically check the chessable courses. Not that he wants to follow the chessable courses. He looks at the chessable course to see what to expect, and he just makes sure that like the course moves are matching with his moves, and he has a good response for it. So he just uses it to fill the gaps. So that's an interesting idea. If you have your own, it's really professional. Like you check the
Yes.
recent books and check the recent, but that's a full-time job, right there. You know.
Well, if you want to become a professional player, you got to get used to it from a young age.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of these players coming here with their coaches, you know, it's an important championship. It's kind of, you know, the Pan Americans are kind of like the European championships. I would know that because that's what I was playing when I was growing up, and it's a big deal to finish in top 3 in this
Yeah, and
competition.
this
You
is
get the
like-
medal for your
Yeah,
country,
and the title. I am titled
Of
for the
course.
first place, and I am known for
In-
gold, I believe, and or tied for first place.
in the under
silver place,
18 in the under 1800.
Yes, and under
Sorry, 1800. Under 18.
yeah, years of
1800.
age, and under
Yeah.
16 is an FIDE master title, right, Sabina?
Yes, and I am Norm, and then the ladies section for the girls under 18. There's a
WIM title.
WIM title.
Gotcha. Okay, let's analyze this position a little bit, Sabina. Knight takes d4. Looks like the critical move, of course. So what is going on after knight takes d4? Is it like queen g4? Or something like
Queen
that?
G4?
That's a crazy move. Or queen g6. Queen g4 basically means that after, okay, let's just make the move here. The queen g4, okay. And I take the,
Queen e4. I think you should use better probably. Huh?
I'm probably blundering something, right?
I feel like there
There's
should
probably
be
some mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it rook f7? Oh. Is it rook f7?
that could work.
And he sacrifices the rook. No,
No,
it doesn't work. What am I missing? Takes. This looks kind of fancy. It's a draw. This position is a draw. It's a king g6. Because king e6 is mate.
Yes.
King g6? You gotta be kidding me. This looks like winning for white.
You also have 97, but probably doesn't do much. Maybe
You're-
the king
you're
goes
kidding.
to h5, or where does it
Now
go?
it's winning for black after
Goes
this.
to h5 and queen g5. I think you have to go
Wow.
97.
Wow. Okay.
Or queen d3 check, maybe.
And this is a draw
And
because
king h5, maybe queen d...
it's a perpetual now, right? Queen f5,
Yeah,
queen
queen
h3.
f5, yeah.
No, wait. King h5 now. White is
No, you have to go king h6, I think. Oh,
no,
wait,
no.
but
King h5, knight f5.
No, oh. Is it the queen sack? Maybe we can just queen sack. But
No,
then,
no
do
way.
we have enough?
No way.
King g5? No. King g5, queen f5, king h6.
That's insane.
That's a crazy looking position, actually.
That's insane. I don't trust this.
You don't trust it.
I don't trust this.
You only have two pieces.
It's a draw because g6 is knight f5, right? But this looks winning for white, but maybe not.
King g5? You don't have any other checks. So
Okay.
you have
It's a
to...
draw, I guess, yeah. So now rook f7. Okay, so what's the winning move for white here? Is it e6?
e6 was the move I was thinking about earlier.
Looks pretty logical. Or queen d5.
Queen d5
But
castle,
castles.
and then rook f7 maybe? But no, that
Just-
can't. Maybe then e6. But you're just winning a pawn.
There's something here. Also, rook f4 doesn't make... Rook f4 is interesting too. e6 makes a lot of sense though, right?
Yeah, actually, rook f4 looks nice.
Rook f4 looks nice, yeah.
Yeah, because the queen, where do you move the queen is the question.
Queen h5.
Maybe then I can go...
But I think e6. Yeah, it's the move, e6. Because if they go castle, we take, and if they take here, just the king being in the center, we can probably chill here. Like, or even go rook d1, right? Yeah, that's the idea. There we go. It's over. Okay, so e6 is very strong. That's why no there. No queen g4, so queen g6, I assume.
Queen g6 or queen e4?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, queen e4, maybe more.
I was just thinking to get the bishop back. So you're taking c6, queen takes c6.
Computer doesn't like it for some reason. I don't know why, because is there a better move than knight takes bishop here? Is it knight f5?
But
It might
knight
be knight
f5 you
f5.
can do
Because
anyways.
if you castle, then there's... Yeah, knight f5 you can do anyway, that's correct.
Yeah, but if you have the queen g6 and we go
It's
knight
even
f5,
worse,
then there's
yeah.
knight e7 check queen.
So what's the big deal here? Knight f5 looks very strong. Or is it knight c6? Knight c6 doesn't look correct, right? Because of just
Takes.
yeah, it doesn't look correct. But our knight is under attack. Ooh, it's really bright now, Sabina.
Sorry. Okay, I just...
Decrease brightness.
Too
Yeah,
bright?
thank you. That's
okay,
good. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, so knight f5 is one option, but there's probably something else that we're not seeing. But I'm just gonna make the move to see. Yeah, even this is better for white. So there's some killer blow here.
So what is the move for black after knight takes d4? There must be something.
Yeah.
So the queen who's there is queen d7 maybe.
Must be this one.
Queen d7 because we're
Yeah.
pinning the knight. So
Yeah.
then you have to go knight f3, retreating the knight.
Yeah, that's the
and,
move.
Yeah.
So knight d4, queen d7 is the issue. There's no e6. That's why maybe knight g5 is the interesting option here. The engine doesn't like it. Why?
Queen g4.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm also going for a bishop.
So maybe you can castle. Yeah, so I take the rook, and then that's still better for... Let's say I take, right? Do you castle here? Ooh. Castles. Perhaps?
This position is messy.
Or takes...
Give up the exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe c4
But
d3.
castle looks very natural.
I
Maybe
also see
queen
this
g5.
idea with c4 d3, you know? And but I love your castle ideas.
Yeah,
It's
castle.
like really
Queen
cute kind of
g5.
idea.
Trying to save the knight through the lifeline. Right? Takes. But takes. Black is better, but it's not takes, is it?
I agree with Air Phoenix. He says, or she says, that you have to be very precise to navigate this
Takes.
position, and I totally agree.
It looks good for- it
you,
looks good
you
for black,
definitely
yeah.
need to spend quite a bit of time, and if we're looking at their times, they're actually still
Yeah.
doing quite well. Actually,
Yeah.
they have sufficient time to.
So f5 is like white started the complications, and now white is thinking,
But you see, White was
missed something. Did he
yeah.
play a4?
yes,
He played a4.
interesting. Probably he was thinking he has to do it from a positional standpoint to open up the f file and not allow black to play queen f5 and blockade that pawn. So you actually want the position without the f4 pawn. Is that a thing?
I'm not sure. Also, what if black's lazy? Black can just play a5 just to pass the turn.
Yeah, but the idea of a4 is to play rook a3. Also, rook a3 and bring the rook on third rank.
Really? Okay.
I was thinking maybe not.
It's an interesting idea. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. It seems a little slow, but
I think he
maybe
did
White has
play,
the time.
or maybe that was you.
no, I played a5. Yeah.
Okay.
But a5 is a normal response. But okay, this board 2. We can come back to it.
He did play, and knight takes d4.
Oh, we have moves. Okay.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Knight d4 now. So what is the big deal now? With the inclusion of a4, a5, remember there was queen d7 we analyzed? It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Another knight must go back because it's pinned, the queen. So knight somewhere like,
Yeah, but the idea now is basically you want knight b3 or knight f3 probably, trade queens. And probably what he is thinking is a positional standpoint, now that the bishop in b6 is kind of dead. So if you manage to also get your knight to c4, then black is playing without the bishop, reminiscent of the famous
I think there's an idea
Winter
here.
Capablanca.
Black
Winter.
might play like c4 check immediately, and then just play c3. Don't you think?
Yeah. I
Just
mean,
to give back the pawn.
he
like
has
this.
to make sure he does that. If he
Or-
doesn't
yeah.
do it, he will have a worse position.
It's an interesting idea. Or there might be some other move like, I don't know,
Yeah, just get the
bishop
bishop out.
bishop d4, but there's a knight takes c4, right? So you just give up the pawn. c3 makes
Give it
sense. c3 makes.
You also have bishop d5. You don't need to rush.
Just chill
Yeah.
with bishop d5. Yeah.
So it's nice to have two
Yeah.
bishops that you have pawns around, even if they are weak, they kind of protect it.
Okay, so black's doing fine here. Let's move on to a different board. This is under 16,
Yes.
and the winner gets the FM title. Is that correct, Sabina?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I think it was I am.
I am Norm.
I am Norm.
No FM title.
The FM title and I am Norm.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And silver and and the bronze get candidate master title, by the
Okay.
way.
Cool.
And pretty much everyone gets the candidate master title in every single category under 8, 10, 12.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So if I want to get my M title, I just need to go back in time and play this tournament.
Yes, and win it
And
too.
win the tournament.
Win it too. You gotta switch federations first, but
Okay. All right.
you
so
can do it, Gauri. You can get the IM
thank
title.
you.
I know you can.
I got my 9th I am Norm last month.
So how far are you rating?
Rating wise, probably 35 points. I'm 20 to
Okay,
65.
That's
yeah.
good. You got this.
You have like a bunch
You
of
got
notes,
this.
right?
No, I have two,
Right, too. Okay.
but my rating dropped a lot. So
I'll give you one of mine if you want. free of charge.
yes, that would be great.
Okay.
But no, my mindset is as follows. I think in life, you're gonna get to the point that you should get once you are ready for it. So I must not be ready to have that IM title. So I must have not worked hard enough to get it. But once I work hard enough, I put in the effort, I know I will get that title. So it's just a matter of time.
Are you saying that you get what you deserve, or
No, I just think I'm not ready. It's my level is not there yet. So for me, I don't want to get the title if I'm not ready to withhold my rating at that level to actually play that level. I don't want to just get it and then drop back. For me, it's not just
or maybe
about
or maybe
the
you get the title first and then you feel like, you should get ready.
Well,
I see what you mean, though. Yeah.
My mindset is that I think once you're ready, you just when you don't put so much pressure on yourself, I think things work out a bit better. From my experience, that's what I've realized the past maybe couple of years.
So Sabina, would you like someone to just hand you $1 million, or you want to be like, I want to earn the $1 million?
I want to earn it.
What if it's someone?
I
just
wouldn't
gives
take
you,
it.
you wouldn't take it.
I wouldn't take
I don't
it.
know about that.
No, I wouldn't take it. Yeah, I'm focused on.
I'm not so sure
just-
about that philosophy.
I am sure about it. I never was in a position to accept it, but there was less amount offered, and I didn't take it. So I'm pretty sure I would not take that one either.
Okay.
So, all right, let's go to the
The
next.
French defense board one. This is technically board 3, but it's the first board of the under 16.
Yes.
Both Americans playing each other, and this French advanced variation, very complicated stuff. Black has less space, so the reason for this knight h4 is because the knight is actually that's not many squares for the knight. G4 basically means that white wants to actually start pushing the f pawn, because G4 is always coupled with this knight h4, knight takes h4, and f4. It's always, that's how white does it. And we're going to see f4 coming soon. There it is. But the funny thing is, the computers seem to not like this development by white. But the reason that white played this I think. A lot of people have a hard time finding a plan for white in these positions. Right, Sabina?
Yes. By the way, I wanted to let you know as well that Benjamin is actually under 14, but he's playing under 16.
Wow. He's playing
Yes.
up.
He's playing up.
He's already in FM. That's
Yes.
why.
And both players are on 3 out of 3, the only two players with 3 under 3 in this section.
Okay, wow. So why is this better for black? Maybe because black has already played this f6 move and then castle, so black doesn't have anything to worry about. Maybe already kind of pressure the e pawn, so f5 is not a big deal, right? But doesn't white look a little better here? But engine says black is better.
More space, but the thing is that white's pieces are not ready to take over the f file, which is the reason which probably gives the advantage for well,
it's around equal, but maybe
It's about
slight,
equal.
slight edge for black here. Yeah, maybe the white is a bit overextended without the benefits being overextended. So what is the next move for white? Queen d2 seems natural or something like that, connecting the rooks. Maybe bishop d3, improving the bishop a little bit.
I like bishop d3 or queen d3 actually, I was thinking, but rather the bishop belongs on that diagonal.
I'm a little scared of some sort of takes bishop g5. Not in straight off the bishop, not that it's such a big deal. Queen d2 looks natural, protecting the b2 and then connecting the rooks. Bishop d3 you like more. Yeah. But the queen b6 could be an issue after bishop d, although there's always that trick with the bishop h7 check if they take the pawn. So yeah, that's fine. I personally like queen d2 more, but okay, probably similar. But then what is the white's next plan, right? Just I guess just wait to improve the piece a little bit. Maybe rook c1, bishop d3, etc., etc. Maybe knight a4, knight c5 if you can make it, like that. Hard to say, but yeah, it looks like black's okay. I wonder what black's plan will be after queen d2. Does black try to reroute the bishop? Is that worth it? Probably not, at this point at least. But you could see in the future that the bishop could go to g6, right? Through e8. That's one option. Another option is to maybe play b5.
And knight a5.
Knight a5, knight c4 is an option. Queen b6 is an option. Yeah, black has a bunch of plans here as well.
I was thinking maybe we could take an e5 and queen e7 to try to trade a pair of rooks. f5 sometimes is dangerous if white plays it, I think. So that's why I wanted to take first, but
why do we need to take immediately? Could we just wait for the better
we
time?
could just go queen e7
Queen e7
first,
immediately,
maybe.
yeah.
I just want to make sure f5 is not an option for white, but it's not yet, so it should be fine.
Is it?
Yeah,
Hard to say, yeah. There's some trick because it's spawns.
Yeah, but you have to be careful. If I ever
F5.
take an e5 and then d4, I'll try to get my bishop on that long diagonal.
It's dangerous. Yeah, so black has a plethora of moves here as well. Okay, so this game is still heating up.
Yeah, let's go to board 2, which we have Christopher against
Ecuador.
Kaden.
Yeah. Kaden Kiao from United States. Let's check this out.
Wait, is that a similar position? Wow.
It's the same position.
They're not same, but quite similar.
Yeah, another
I mean,
French
it's still
defense.
French.
Yeah.
It's still French. Some pieces are missing compared to the other one.
D4 again,
A3
right?
French.
Knight h4. And we have this position. And black, I think I like black here because white's king is so exposed, right? It feels easier to play for black here, and white can mess something very easily. f5 has been played, so this is risky. White is trying to be like, okay, my king is unsafe. Well, let's make your king unsafe too, right? f6 is a threat, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
Queen d2. Yeah, f6, queen d2, queen d5, stuff like that. So this can get dangerous. So black needs to do something about it for sure. I wonder if black should try to get the queens off the board here.
I was actually thinking about ideas with rook c4, trying to get on fourth rank since you weakened your position so much. But so just we need to see how serious f6 is.
I kind of want to do this move.
Queen c4, queen c2, yeah.
But f6 is coming. I got any response for that, obviously. F6.
Not necessarily, because okay, f6 I take, and then
And then bishop d6.
yes, that's what I was thinking.
We had to calculate f7. Because that could get really bad.
Yeah, rook takes. I have
Let's
to.
just put this on the board here.
Okay.
Boom. Takes.
Mm-hmm.
Takes. Here. This doesn't work,
takes,
right? Because
yeah.
I think the king is... Yeah, our bishop is hanging. So
No, but I will go queen d2 first instead of f7,
Yeah.
I think. I need to bring some more pieces. I didn't quite complete my development. So how do you plan on stopping that? Is a king f7 maybe an idea? That way.
Yeah. This looks scary for black.
It is, but for white too, with the g file opening up, no? So let's play king f7.
Actually, this might
Queen
be...
h6.
Or rook f7.
But then, rook f7, king h8, rook g8. You want? Can I play g5, g6?
Oh my goodness. Why is it so... Oh no, rook c1. Can't disconnect the rooks like that. Yeah, this looks scary. King f7 is your move? That looks so scary too.
Yeah, queen h6 maybe? After king f7?
It's a check.
Oh, okay, then I'm safe. Yeah, king f7. Oh, I almost missed that. King f7. I like that. Because I want to go... Oh, no?
There's also rook c1, by the way, right?
Well, I don't know why you put the queen there. I want the rook. You wanted to trade queens.
After queen d2, I don't know how black saves position.
Maybe he just plays h6. Just like h6.
That's cold-blooded.
No, I don't think it works.
I think it's this one, actually. No, it's not.
No, after that, isn't
White to
queen h...
plain.
Oh, no, wait.
White to plain win. Is it rook c1? Probably it was rook c1 at the start.
first,
And then,
chase the queen away.
chase the queen away, and then there's
Queen
probably
h6 or f7. Queen h6 first.
Yeah,
and
then
F7.
then the bishop is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely this looks dangerous. Queen c4 is not good. You want to try rook c4, Sabina?
Yeah,
I do the same thing.
Yes, but here I can take a few times, and then maybe I can take in g4. I'm not sure. Let's see. So I take, and then...
You know, in hindsight, I think there's a simple move here for black. Bishop g5. What about that? Just kind of get away from f6.
Yeah, controlling c1
Yeah.
too. That's nice.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently there's a much better move for black that we're not seeing here. What could that be? What could that be? Not placing bishop g5 seems natural. Anything else? After f5. Not sure. Not sure. Come back with the queen.
Where?
To d7.
Yeah, rook c4 is the move that we
Safe,
were
but
talking
f6 is
about
still
earlier.
coming, yeah.
But let's try again rook c4, because after f6 maybe we just don't touch that.
Bishop d8 with the idea of sacrificing the rook and go bishop d6.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
King h1.
But you know, at some point I can so you go king h1, then my queen will come, maybe queen e8, and I want to bring it over to the other side. You know? Or maybe bishop b6.
Bishop b6, yeah, straight out the
Just straight.
pieces. That's smart. That's okay. This is smart. Yeah, I think black is surviving now.
Queen takes. Pawn takes is not. No, queen takes has to happen.
Yeah, black is surrounding. Okay, so rook c4, bishop d8 is interesting. So f5 is actually, in first look, it looks like white's king is unsafe, but f6 is starting to look like dangerous for black more. Okay. Wow, so this is actually hard to find. So will Caden find this rook c4, bishop d8 idea? I'm not sure.
We'll have to come back
Yeah.
and see.
Okay, well, let's come back. Let's go to board 5.
Which is first board and under 1400. 14. I
Under
keep saying
14, yeah.
Under
No, they're
14.
much higher than 1400. Sabina.
Yes, they're 2000.
This is a Terrace opening, I believe.
So we have Christian Reyes against Will Morehouse from the US and
Sabina, look at this line.
Christian.
Is that allowed? Moving the pawn 2 times in the opening consecutively?
Interesting.
That's apparently might be a theoretical line. That's crazy, right? I would never think of that. To play c5
why did
and
he
c6.
play c6 first and then just waiting for knight
Knight
d2?
b8, so is knight d2 such a bad move? I think it might be a concession because usually when they play c5, the knight's on c3.
Right.
So the fact that this move is possible is a testament to how actually underrated that this position is for black, right?
Yeah.
It is a testament. So
Technically, now you're creating the isolated
Yeah.
pawn in d5, but your knight is in d2, not ready to attack it. So that's why black felt that he can do
still,
it.
this looks. When we were younger, I think when we both were like raised before in the pre-engine era, these positions are like isolated pawn, knight controls d4, bad for black. Is what I've learned.
Yeah, with the fianchetto bishop, because otherwise it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And now with the computers, they're saying like, oh, actually, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty good for
Yeah.
black because of all these counterplay on e4 and bishop g4 and rook e8, pressuring e2. It's like so many things you had to unlearn now. Like this used to be, we used to think that it's just like really bad for black and like black didn't know what they were doing.
Well, it depends on white's setup. It's always
True,
about the
true.
setups.
But still, like now.
Well, the knight is bad. The knight in b3.
True.
That's the bad piece. And if you don't put pressure, then you get nothing because you just gave all your space.
So these positions are actually completely fine for black. And in this particular situation, they even say it's 0.1. Okay, now not sure. But yeah, black has a lot of counterplay. These positions are very hard to play for white, sorry, because of all this knight g4, knight c4 stuff.
Yeah, those knights are tough. I think sometimes white has the opportunity to decide to just take the knight in e4, give up the fianchetto bishop.
This is interesting though. Look at the queen d4. White's following the old adage, right? Like trade the minor pieces, keep the rooks.
Well, he's training the queen.
Train
so
the
that's
yeah,
why...
yeah. But I guess the queen was
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
active too.
Yeah.
But in general, like just trying to trade off the attacking pieces and then leave the rooks on the board.
to attack eventually d5.
Eventually get the d5 pawn. So queen d4. At least it's an attempt. Yeah, not bad. Interesting. So, does black disallow trade? Or is there must be some tactical lines here. It seems like white, if the trade happens, white's pretty comfortable. And also there's this like passive, not so passive threat of f3 as well. So what could the variation be in this position? And how dangerous is f3? Is queen h6 the move here? Threatening checkmate.
I feel that we can just go h4, no? If you play queen h6?
Okay.
Or are you going to... Yeah, the rook in c1 is protected, so you cannot take in f2.
That's actually very important that there's no
Yeah.
knight takes f2 idea here. The knight on b3 is actually saving the game.
Finally, something good that the knight is
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, the knight on b3 has a purpose. So let's say queen h6, h4,
We could also go
or
h3, technically.
But
'cause-
h3, the knight moves, and then there's still
yeah,
that
and
issue.
then we go h4. Maybe we win a tempo, I'm not sure.
Who wins the tempo?
Yeah, good question. Good question.
White or black? H3 knight.
e5? But then, wait, maybe I can take...
His knight takes f2 a move. Just curious.
It is.
Like, takes, and then takes this. 2 pawns, and a rook versus 2 knights. hard to evaluate these positions. Hard to evaluate, but maybe super GMs would be like, give me white, because I know how to handle my pieces, right? I put the knight here, trade queens. They already see that Magnus is like licking his chops. Give me white, give me those knights, and like I'll convert this, right? It might take me like a bunch of like 100
Yeah.
moves, but I'm gonna win this.
I was actually thinking to taking g3 somehow and then rook takes e2, but I just couldn't find a moment to do it. Doesn't seem that obvious to be able to do that.
So h3 knight f2 is an option, but h4. Let's look at this one. Now, is there another sacrifice? No, right? Knight takes f2, knight takes g3 looks too crazy. I don't think it's gonna work. What if I'm just relaxed and I play something very relaxed, like bishop e6, and then f3, knight takes g3. So I can't play f3, right? Because knight takes g3 and knight takes e2 is there. So
But what about, can I just take an e4?
yeah, but this now that pawn you can't
I
really.
take it.
You really want to take it?
Yeah.
Wasn't there bishop takes b3?
Yeah, I take in g4 too. So, but you could play knight takes f2 maybe. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I
So
take it. I take it. Let's see what
that's
happens.
that's bold of you.
It's very bold.
I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good.
I'm taking everything today. Like this commentary, I want to take everything and test it out. I'm testing Korchnoi style,
Okay, I can take this or I can take this.
I mean, you can take in b3 and a2. That's true, but at
Right,
least
I'd rather
I
take
get
this,
rid
though.
of those knights.
I'd rather take this because you know
Okay.
why? After,
Yeah, 'cause my
after I
rook
take
is
this, the
hanging.
rook's hanging. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is,
But you're gonna take with the king, or you want to trade queens afterwards? Is that what it takes? Takes queen f4. Is that your plan?
actually, I was trying to take it, but it wanted
There's
to
a
take.
pin.
I wanted to take in b7 too,
There's a
but
pin here, right? I take. You take with the.
yeah, with the
and then
pawn.
there's a pin.
I know, but I can still push the e pawn, and
But
I'm
then you lose the
protecting
e pawn. Yeah.
But your bishop is
My
hanging
back
right
rank
now.
is hanging.
Your,
too.
your
Oh yeah,
bishop is-
I can't play.
So you
okay,
can't
sorry,
do
I
that.
gotta take this one first.
Yes.
But look at your structure. Wait, and you're down a pawn. Where did you lose the pawn? On f2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think there's some improvement there. So I took an e4, you took an f2, and I don't go queen f4.
But Sabina, I really don't think you should do this.
Okay, fine, I don't do it. Then I play knight e3.
Yeah, something simpler.
Okay. But then the pawn structure will still be quite bad.
It's not.
I will have two double pawns, like b and e. You can take an e3, double my pawns there. Then you can take an b3, double my pawns there too.
This? But rooking games, are drawn.
A lot of them are. Maybe not
Yeah,
all.
this is holdable for white.
Yeah, because you have the rook on c file. That's your plus.
Yeah, this is.
And
this
if rook c8 happens.
Also, I don't even think you should take right away because
Yeah.
this bishop seems to be better than the knight.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure here, so rook, maybe like rook c8 or something. Holdable. That's a cool line though. All these lines that we calculated.
Mm-hmm.
So queen h6 is probably happening, and then this h3, the knight f2 is a line,
Mm-hmm.
and h4, bishop e6 is a line. Very fascinating position. Very sharp position. It really puts white to the test. These things, this kind of aggressive play by black, and I think that getting such an attacking position as black is kind of an achievement. I know it's risky, but what? Usually, white players who play like Fianchetto, they don't like to be attacked.
I agree.
So
I agree.
it's kind of psychologically advantage like this to have this kind of attack. Really, because white players are like, really, I want to have a safe king and I want to play a safe game with a draw in the pocket. But then when you go to queen h6, you're like, oh my goodness, I had to deal with these threats and knight f2s, and I'm taking a lot of time on my clock, and etc. etc. So yeah, Will's playing interesting here, and I'm excited to see how the game will proceed after. Do we have moves, by the way? No, Will's still thinking after queen d4. But how about we go to the next game?
Next game is between two Americans,
Okay.
Venkatesh Narayan against Harry Deng. So this is board 2 of the under 14.
All right, we got a Slav e3 variation.
And the players are on 2.5 by the way. So trailing the lead by half a point.
Wow. I like to call this the reverse London. Like black is playing the London system essentially. But then since white has the extra tempo, white can actually play knight h4. And the reason why you can't play knight h4 in with the tempo down is
Depends
because
on the move order. Sometimes you can play knight e2
yeah,
instead of knight f3, so
but
you don't.
yeah, I think it's because like this bishop e4 move, right? Or something like that. There are many reasons, but usually there's even like bishop takes b1. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
there's that, there's check. This extra tempo really matters in that regard. So now white does get the curious. Usually they play queen b3 first, I thought. Maybe not. There's probably many ways to play this for white. Takes bishop d2. So white has the two bishops. Now this h pawn is hanging. So h4 was one way to solve that issue. And then g5. So black is trying to play concretely. Because maybe one of the things about white's position is that white's not fully developed yet. A little bit, right? It's g5. h5. Is that a pawn sac? It is a pawn sacrifice. Is it not?
That's a very interesting idea.
Why not take with the rook? What am I missing?
I'm not sure. Do you think this is still theory? Maybe still theory.
It might be some theoretical stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure. But let's just try. I want to try this. Takes. I'm assuming you gotta take. Takes. Is it e4?
I mean, it has to be something like that because sacrifices in d5 don't work. The knight is not trapped, so yeah, maybe
It might be e4.
to try to get g5 back. So you're probably getting g5 back eventually.
Yeah. Okay, very interesting. h4 is not the only move. G3 was playable too, right? But okay. G4
h3
played.
actually, h3 you can play as well. Although h3 you might allow some g5, g4 in this knight. But white also has the opportunity to castle long, so you wouldn't be worried about that pawn. Maybe he's just thinking,
Castle
so
long
g4.
played. So
Yeah.
white is still sacrificing this pawn, and black doesn't. Okay, so this was a mistake. Black probably should have taken it. Now white gets the. Black essentially wasted an extra tempo trying to get the pawn back for no reason.
Yeah.
And now white's attacking. Now it seems like bishop c4 might have been a better. I'm not sure if bishop c4 was the best move here. There's something here for white that was missed. I think it's bishop c4. Don't tell me it's to sacrifice the rook with hg. It might be. I've seen stranger things. That is very interesting. Is this the move?
But I don't see.
Takes. Check.
Do you have something? I mean, everything is covered by the knight.
You know, that's a g7, bishop g5.
Bishop g5, bishop e7, g7.
But even g7, I have like some
Oh, maybe
compensation.
bishop g5 and then d5, maybe?
These are some crazy lines, Sabina.
But the king doesn't castle, that's the great thing. So you can, and you have the g pawn.
Yikes, g7, right?
That should be crashing.
That's over. So it's a queen d6 here. No, but the knight e4. How do you protect the knight? You don't?
You don't.
You don't protect the knight. But then,
So that's a nice idea. So we
This
cannot
is over.
afford to allow
Yeah.
this with black.
So did he miss this beautiful variation with hg?
Oh,
Awesome.
he didn't play. What did he do?
He played rook e1 here.
Oh, okay.
Castle. h6. Kind of, okay, missed opportunity there.
Yes. Big.
So white is
Yes.
up a pawn now, technically, right? No. Sorry. White is not up a pawn. I thought white won a pawn earlier, but he just pushed it to h6. He won the pawn back. And this is the current position. White has the two bishops. Black. Both sides are kind of still not developed fully.
White's gonna lose h6. And he needs to find probably some moves to make sure he maintains the advantage in the position because
The advantage is the two bishops, right? And then something else.
Yeah.
And maybe the pieces are a bit more active, potential activities there for white.
True, but d4 is kind of hanging, h6 is kind of hanging, so You need to figure out how you're gonna organize your bishops to actually do something. I was actually thinking of some
So bishop
idea.
g5.
G3. I was
No,
trying to
bishop.
sacrifice the exchange to get bishop f4 in, maybe
Hmm.
to, and then put the other bishop in G2.
We don't have time
and
for that though, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was the first first thought.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some active ideas. We also have bishop e2, but maybe f5, and he covers g5 g4 pawn.
But f5 lost some knight jumps to g5, so maybe it is bishop e2 Sabina.
f5. We also have queen e6 check at some point.
Yeah, this is interesting. Just hit the pawn, and then
F5.
f5. There's queen e6. There's knight g5.
Mm.
Knight g5 bishop h6 though it's a pinned, but knight e6 it's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of hanging pieces.
Yeah, once again it's
maybe
craziness.
it's just us. We're just getting into these messy positions with everyone, I think.
But black can sack the exchange of this line though. So after f5, queen e6 is the move, yeah? And then king queen d7. Just take this pawn, most likely. Yeah, takes. Oh, I can't even take as a
Yeah,
sorry.
bishop takes g4.
Yeah, bishop g4 is there. So king b8 then. All right, king b8 is possible, and then I can still take on. I can still take on g6. Yeah, so white's better here. So bishop e2 is interesting. Now black has to find a good response for bishop here. Maybe it's like king b8 here. Seriously. Right?
Prophylaxis.
Prophylaxis, yeah. If I take
it, taken d4.
f5 was there. Well, I'm not sure if f5 is any good, right? It is possible, but you can also take on d4.
I was thinking take on d4 because
Oh wait.
There's this, am I missing something?
There's some variations here.
Yeah, but there's queen f4 check, so that's why.
But it's still under attack. Yeah, let's try it. Rook takes d4. Bishop c3.
I also have
Queen f4 check. King b1.
No, we're losing something.
Black is losing now, so no rook d4. So what's wrong with f5? It's bishop h5?
Yes, that's what I thought.
But it's not that bad.
It's not, no. I mean, it's a nice idea.
Knight at the end,
yeah.
though, right? Oof. But let's try it. So these forces things. Now bishop h5 takes knight g5.
No, this is looking good for white.
Bishop h6. Knight e6. Protects the pawn too, so there's no funny business with this.
Yeah, let's go back for a second. Yeah. It's extra material for white. There should be some kind of way for black to escape this. You don't really have a threat.
Yeah, black can just make a normal move.
Maybe king a8. just
no, that's too normal.
It's too normal. Maybe we can just take an h6.
Now we're talking, yeah. Now we're talking.
Yeah, and now we take, and we're also threatening queen f4 again.
Yeah, this is probably correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a possible line, and the game, white is still having some pressure here. Interesting. Okay, so that was board 6, or board...
You want to catch up?
2 of the under 14?
14, yeah. Do you want to catch up, or do we finish the open section and then we go to the girls? Or yeah, let's finish the open.
Yeah, okay. Quickly, right?
Under 12?
Under 12 is...
Board 7 and 8?
Yes. Okay, current position. Let's skip the opening part then.
Yes, we're trying to catch up. We had a bit of a late start, but we're just catching up with the game. So we have 3 players with 3 points in the under 12. And the first board, of course, they play against each other. And then we have also on second board Ethan Guo, who's playing against Leo Jackson.
Actually, I can't skip this position, okay, Sabina?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what's happening?
What's happening?
Bishop d5.
That's
kind of a weird move.
Interesting.
So black's like, let me unpin the knight so I can win the pawn. So white's like, let me sack my knight so I can get the eternal pin.
All right.
And black's like, I don't want to play ball. I'll take this instead.
That's a typical kind of idea.
Yeah. And then white's like, I'll raise you. Another weird knight move. So I'm having trouble like even counting the material here. So white is up a pawn because he took up, white's now
Right.
up a pawn. And the knights are hanging. So knight e3 played.
Oh, that's a gorgeous move.
Yeah.
Okay, nice in between.
Knight f3.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
black
I
is
raised
thinking
you another
now.
one. Okay. So
Black is quite low on time, by the way. 54 minutes to 17. That's not so much, is it? Not much at all.
so what's the logical variation? I'm trying to figure it out. So knight takes d1, knight takes h4, and then knight takes
knight takes
b2, or
b2.
takes here. I mean, what's the worst that could
Or
happen?
knight takes c3. I could also go knight takes c3.
So black is down a pawn essentially.
No,
And-
but he's getting it back.
Yeah, so takes, and now
Knight c3 is the only move, I think. Or knight f2, maybe. Knight f2 even. No,
why not knight b2?
I don't want knight b2 because then my knight is kind of trapped there, no? Is
But I'm gonna get this pawn, right? Yeah, I'm not saying. Well, knight c3 is knight d7 too.
Yes, that's why I was...
Wow, look at this line where I can check king d7,
Yeah,
knight
yeah,
h5
yeah.
check. My knight's safe because his knight's here.
So
So knight c3 you can still play. Knight b2.
it's the same thing.
No, it's not. It's not fully the same. There's some weird thing. I think I take here and then take. So let's try.
There's
Okay.
still
Okay, knight
takes.
b2.
There's still
Okay.
knight b2, knight
I go
d7,
here. I check.
Knight d3.
Now if you go king e2, I check.
No, king d2.
Yeah. Now I can take this guy.
Right.
And then I check this guy.
I know, but wait. So you take.
Holy cannoli.
I still have knight f3 check. F6,
Mm-hmm.
sorry. King g7. No, I was gonna actually attack your knight with rook f1, but
So then I take.
yeah, and then I have a pawn down. Oops.
But apparently it's 1 point something here, so maybe it's this move. Check. And then
Check king e3. No more checks. You lose the knight.
Party's over.
No, party's over.
No,
for
party's
white.
no.
No,
I have
because
rook
f6
d8.
is controlled.
I have rook d. Yeah, rook
Yeah.
d8. Yeah. Party's over for white now. So why is it 1.5 here? Let me find out.
I think maybe we just take the rook.
Then I take the rook too. Where are we going here? Oh, it's rook e1 probably. Yeah, the knight's
the
trapped.
knight's trapped.
That's a really cool line, like this whole sequence. This is like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Calculation puzzle, right? Rook e1 and it's okay. Avoiding all the pitfalls. So knight d3 doesn't quite work. Black has to acquiesce to maybe this variation. Here, check. I guess here,
Knight h5.
check, and then maybe just here or something like that.
Maybe h8 so you don't have checks.
Sure. And then
Or f8, maybe it's even better.
king d2.
Mm-hmm.
And probably white's better because the knight's offside and there's f4 stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it looks like white's better in all these lines. Yeah. Fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff.
Maybe that's why black is spending so much time now
Yeah.
to try to figure out how he can get back into the...
Wow, every move was forced.
Mm-hmm.
Like g5 forced, takes. Wow. Okay.
All right, let's go to board 2.
It's
equal
under 10, right?
Yeah, 12.
Under 12, yeah. This one, white
Oh,
is
looks
winning,
like
made in
white's
9. Oh, white already won. It
Okay.
says 1.
All right, next.
Okay. Now this is the under 10
10.
section.
Under 10.
Both Americans.
So
And
we
it's-
have Rice Zhang against Vivan Mulai.
Yeah. And white's down a pawn here without any compensation. Black has the compensation, actually, and the pawn. So
Yes.
white's trying to start some of the h4, but it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, right?
Right, but this the right approach, right?
That is
you
the right
don't
approach,
you don't
yes.
give up. This is an important competition. You try to get every half a point that you can. You try, but you need to be careful because now maybe there's some tactical ideas happening soon with some.
Maybe just rook c2.
Yeah.
Just go to the second rank here. Yeah. Okay. Now board 2.
Board 2, Alexander Jasinski against Winsley Wu, both from the
He's up a
United
rook.
States.
How did he lose the rook?
Oh,
He blundered. Okay. So those knight f5 was missed
Oh,
by.
that's a cute idea.
Yeah, this is from a King's Indian defense. It was from a modern defense. So once he lost the bishop, yeah, it was a tactic.
Nice.
And he chose to lose the rook instead. Okay, so that's Alexander is going to win that.
Lastly,
and we have under 8. White won the first. This is Tobias Baumann is from Chile. Beat Thomas Egelhoff. And board 2 of the under 8, correct?
Yes.
It
Darren
is
Wu against Aiden Lee.
okay. And
Aiden is
like
the one with 3 out of 3.
Aiden is up a nothing right now, but has full control of the C file and the better bishop
Yes.
and the better knight.
It's a very tough position for White to defend. Knight in E1 is just.
Yeah,
sad.
so it's just defending the C2 square. So yeah, it's just all the pieces are bad for. I think the opening Stonewall opening was played by White, but the funny thing is, this was very strange. Now this actually is instructive. Sometimes, the student learns an opening, and they want to play it no matter what. Like, I'm gonna play a Stonewall no matter what because I feel comfortable with Stonewall, and I'm only gonna play Stonewall. But the fact that Black played Bishop f5 here is like saying that don't play Stonewall.
Yes.
So here White should not play Stonewall because Black already weakened the light squares and the bishop is out the chain. Usually, if it's inside, it's easier for White. So how can you play Stonewall when Black is already prepared against it and it's shown you that their intention against it? We should not do it.
But actually, it's interesting that Black played knight e4 and didn't trade the bishops first because that's Black's bad bishop, White's good bishop.
Good point. Yeah.
And Black in, reversed way when you're playing the Stonewall with Black pieces, White is playing b3, bishop a3 and trying to trade that bishop. Takes some time to do it, but here you can do it first.
I will even add that maybe it's better to leave this tension because the White cannot play knight d2. And if White takes, the rook opens up. So something like c5 first.
Yeah.
Unless there's some bishop check. I don't think so. Yeah, c5 first, knight c6.
Could work. But knight e4 is not a bad move. It's just typically you would trade that first, but maybe he thought he wasn't ready for it.
So look at how many times White moved the bishop. Bishop e3, bishop e2, and then now non-Stonewall c4. So White really shouldn't have played the Stonewall. And the light squares are vulnerable. So.
And with the queens traded off, White didn't even get the kingside attack, which usually they try to do.
Okay, let's go to the girls section. Apologies took so long.
Gonna suggest to take
under
a break,
18.
But,
oh, really?
Okay.
Let's just take a look at the girls section really quickly. At least a couple of games, right? Under 18.
Okay.
We have Veronica Vivero from Ecuador versus Ruyang Yan from United States, and I kind of want to check the opening because this looks like a familiar position. I thought it was a Sveshnikov, but it's a Najdorf. H5, Adams attack with H3. And this is why it looks like a Sveshnikov, because of the d5 square being so vulnerable. And okay, so very sharp Najdorf imbalance game. White has this nice, beautiful knight on d5. Black has the 2 bishops. It's always annoying to play against such a knight, but Black is doing a decent job of playing around it, right?
Yeah, blockaded the king side, which now White's plans of attack are kind of gone, because if you'll ever go f4, the bishop in g7 will be a monster. So
yes, good point, Sabina. There's no clear.
Yeah, that h5, h4 idea is actually quite nice, and even if at some point somehow you manage to win the h4 pawn, then you still need to figure out how you're going to open up the position, because you still didn't open up a file for yourself. So I think that was just very wise from Ian.
So White has a good knight on d5, but that's the only thing good about White's position. And I will add that the fact that it's probably better for white if this knights weren't there because this knight feels a little bit redundant. They call them the
Right.
superfluous knights, right?
Right. You don't want to have two for the same, fighting for the same square.
So to me, what I'm seeing here is that black understood the opening strategies deeper than white. White's knowledge probably ran out around here, but black, I think black is still familiar, has more experience in this position. I can feel that, right, from the moves being played and the time usage, that white's knowledge ran out and white wasn't really sure how to navigate the middle game, and black played all the right moves like, h5, h4, and bishop g6, g7, and attacking this. And that is really paying off for black here. Sometimes those like few additional moves of knowledge in the middle game, they win you the game because you could take like 20-minute things in these positions for as black to figure out, okay, where do I put my bishop? When do I play, when do I play b5? Stuff like that. Where do I put my knight? So that's really helping Ruyang right now. And the second board of the under 18 section, Maria Salas from, is that Peru?
Yeah, Peru.
Peru.
Against Paula Hernandez
Maestro.
from.
Mm-hmm. And was this a dragon? Because it looks like a dragon. Yes, it was a dragon with the d5 line, the gambit line. This is supposed to be good, like good for black, right?
Yeah, you get some attacks. I mean,
The infamous queen sack line.
Yeah.
Here, bishop 5.
that's messy. I don't know
Takes.
if I would play to
Is
do
it
the
king
colors.
f8 or bishop f8 here? I don't remember.
I think king. I could be wrong.
Yeah, or bishop. This is very dangerous. So queen c5 is played. White's like, I just want to trade. Mm-hmm. Hello, Eigen. Yes. So here, I don't like these positions as white. Like, I don't like being sniped at by these bishops. I know that I'm up a pawn, but I don't like it. Too much pressure, it seems like. And all these are explored. Looks like white is defending. Okay. Hopefully, for white, they're hoping that they can just withstand the attack and go to an up a pawn endgame. Bishop d2 seems a little passive. Yeah, seems a little passive. Okay, so white's still up a pawn, but that bishop on d2 looks kind of weird. Doesn't help trade anything.
I actually have seen these types of positions, and white sometimes gets a kingside attack. And
From here?
yeah, you can get it if you keep your queen side safe. You can start some stuff with h4, g4. You have to prepare it a bit, but I've seen a few games where white actually can try to build up some attack,
Really?
because if you just sit and defend, it's not gonna be so easy. At some point you'll be kind of stuck, especially the queen in e3. I'm not a huge fan of.
I honestly don't see it with especially with no rooks, no pieces. I don't see how white should not
put
touch
the rook-
anything here. I think because
Put rook in e4.
yeah,
And then,
I think white should focus on like trading more pieces, like playing in the center here. I would be very scared to overextend myself. But maybe okay. So maybe rook e4 here. Why not bishop e3, bishop d4? Is that just bad because of e5? That just looks okay. That's bad because bishop h6 check. Yeah. So rook e4 maybe.
yeah, white has to try to keep the position, like to avoid attacks, and it has to do something, in my opinion, about the queen in e3.
Yeah.
because
So how about
make it-
Sabina? How about like queen a4 and queen e? Oh, it's so tough because queen e4 can be met with queen a5, right?
Yeah, also rook b8. What do you do about b2? That's gonna be an issue.
Rook e4 seems like a decent option.
I also have rook b4 ideas now. I'm not sure if I'm ready for it, because you could still go rook b8, and if I go rook b4, maybe you can take it, and I have to see if I survive that or not.
Is this a legal move?
Yes,
It is.
but c3 suddenly becomes weak. And you definitely, I don't think you want to play b3, c4, then the diagonal is bad.
Yeah.
So maybe just rook e2 then, and bishop e1 but then
Rook
bishop
bishop-
h6 again.
Bishop e3 maybe.
Bishop e3, but then
Tough
c3.
position. Why is under pressure?
Then
for
there
sure.
might be capture in c3 and rook b1 mate or something like that.
Okay, so Maria is under pressure here, and she is taking a long think. at this position, but we're gonna come back to all the boards, starting with the girls under 16 after the break.
Yes, we'll take a break and we'll be back.
All right,
So
don't go anywhere.
start.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's
Sure.
just jump right into the girls section under 16. This time we were just looking at the under 18. Okay, and we have Hema Vikas from the States versus Sofia Araya from Costa Rica. And we're about 3 hours in, almost 3 hours in. So the games
Yes.
are concluding. Some of the games are concluding, but I know that time control is 90 plus 30. So technically the games could go for 4 hours, right?
Right,
So
right.
we could be here for another hour. Okay, so let's just analyze this position right now.
Welcome, Noir, and welcome, everyone. We
Ah,
appreciate you
hello,
being here.
hello. So black is up a piece here, and also white's king is open. And the rooks are going to get traded off. That's a pawn on a3. So from all these factors, I think that black is just winning outright, right?
Yeah, that bishop,
Yeah,
extra bishop
extra
is
bishop and the bad king. So looks like Sophia is going to win this game pretty easily from here on out. Okay, board two of the under 16. And under 16 girls, they're playing for, of course, the continental title of the entire Americas. And also they're playing for an actual FIDE title. The under 16 girls will get an IM norm, WIM norm,
yes.
if they win the section, and WFM title for the under 14 section. Correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're playing for a lot here. All right, and on board two of the under 16 girls division, we have Lucy Gao from Canada versus Laura Useche from. I need to learn these
Colombia.
flags.
Colombia.
Colombia. You know this.
Yes.
How are you so good at flags, Sabina?
When I was a kid, I in middle school, I had a colleague who was very much into capitals of the world and
Okay.
flags.
Okay.
So I was trying to compete with him to be better, but I mean, I really couldn't. But I learned a lot by, but at least
Okay.
like Americas, I kind of know them. I'm not as great with African flags. I need to learn more of those. That
Okay.
was something I wasn't very good at. Also, the places that I wanted to go to, usually I kind of learned their flags too.
All right, I'll catch up.
It's tricky.
This
It's
is
tricky.
Colombia. Interesting. All right, so this position is better for white. Why? Because we have the space advantage. Uh, do you know all the American state? No, no way.
No.
I don't even know my own state. Is it a bear? Is Illinois a bear?
I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure.
Chicago's a bear. Illinois.
I don't know the flags. I know the Maryland because I live there, maybe Texas, and I need to learn the Kentucky now. I live in Kentucky. I should.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know any of the state flags.
No.
Okay, so this position better for white because of space advantage, and these knights look
Sad.
really sad, and the bishop looks sad too, and it's computer showing a +2 advantage. So that's how much piece activity matters to the positional evaluation of the positional evaluation.
Yeah.
And one thing that I was concerned for white was his f5 break, but the engine literally doesn't care. And I think it's because f5 can be
Knight
met by
G5.
knight g5 and stuff like that. Although it doesn't look like such a bad thing for black to play f5 because there's some like semblance of counterplay. White-tailed deer. What state, Laird? Illinois? Oh, okay. Cool.
It's a deer, not a bear.
So Chicago has their own flag. It's like a star, right? It's like a star, I think.
I don't know.
There's like a star in the middle. I'm pretty sure. There's a few stars. I don't know how many stars.
Computer loves space. Sabina loves space
Am I right?
too.
Stars?
Both.
4 red stars, Chicago. And what color is it? It's like white in the middle, blue stripes and white. Yeah. So why does a city need a flag?
Well, it's
Like-
like European tradition because cities, they were like small feudal kingdoms, so every city would have press.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
USA adopted it.
Okay. I didn't know that. And so f5 can be met by, also it's white's turn, by the way. Bishop g5 played, by the way. And the reason for that move, Sabina, I think white's trying to play ef and knight h4. Is that a thing? No, that's not a thing, right?
No, but knight g5 wasn't doing anything because the knight in c7 controls e6.
So
But
what's the point?
I think it's knight d2 possibly, but we need to be careful about
Oh,
h6.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe bishop g5 is not good because the bishop was. Yeah, what is the point of this move?
It's just a better location for the bishop. Maybe just queen d2.
And then f4.
Okay.
Now our bishop is getting trapped. Excuse me. Now we're in trouble.
I was gonna sacrifice in g5.
I think she wants to play this move, which is crazy, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, so
But let's just try it out.
okay,
And then knight h4. e4, right?
yeah.
And then like there's some stuff here. I don't know what stuff, but there's some stuff here. Maybe just move the bishop back, right?
Bishop c2, bishop e2,
Bishop here.
bishop b1,
Put it here.
bishop f1. You have a lot of locations
Yeah.
that seem to be good for white.
Yeah, I think the idea is this knight h4.
Mm-hmm.
And
then f4 sometimes.
all
That's a
kinds of attack,
typical
yeah.
idea for.
So black is not ready to attack white either. Okay. So white's better. Move on. This is board 17. So what section is that? Sabina?
Under 14.
Under 14 girls section. And white is better because of active rooks, space advantage, and pinned knight, and potentially weak pawns. Juliana from Brazil playing Sofia Monsalve from Colombia.
You
Okay.
learned the flag. Now
I
you
learned
know
the
it.
flag now. Okay, now we go to the second board of the under 14
1400.
girls section. Not 1400. They're rated higher than 1400. Sweet.
No. That was Chloe against Tori.
Yes. And we
against
have
Amy.
equal material, but what's going on here? Why is the rook hanging? No, it's not hanging. It's bishop's right there. But it feels a little bit weird, the position. A3 also feels a little strange. There's a lot of pieces hanging right now. F4 takes. What is happening here? Knight takes c2 is a free pawn. Probably not. Because of there's a lot of sandwiching going on here after rook c1, right?
Yeah, there's probably.
Yeah, I'm assuming the best move is to do this.
Wait, but it's not over still because like knight c2, rook c1, then I take is c7. Ah, but you have b4 at the end. Because rook takes c7, bishop takes, and could I go rook c8 and yeah, rook c8 maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Offense is the best defense.
Yeah. So I don't think you can do that.
So knight c2 is actually possible here. However, oh Sabina, look at this. Is there some sort of no rook takes c5 because after bishop d6, white gets pinned. So the whole plan up was to take this and get a free piece, right? Because back rank, but then I raise you a pin for your back rank.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Sad.
So after knight c2, what else can be played? What else can be played? How about takes first? Is that legitimate?
Rook takes and b4 maybe.
I was thinking of this first, but obviously it doesn't work because bishop d6, bishop f2.
Yeah.
What's b4 here though, right? Wait, hold on. I didn't think of that. How does this work? How does...
No. b4 for white instead of rook c1.
But why not this move? Just curious.
Didn't you say that would take the pawn?
But if I take it, this b4 for white.
But there's always bishop takes f2.
Oh, sorry, not b4.
Rook.
There's bishop this bishop d6 and then bishop 8. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
this,
I
right?
saw that idea, but is it
No,
enough?
it's not. Something else. Oh, what if we just move the king?
Just move the king and the
Yeah.
pieces are just gonna hang.
Yeah, everything's hanging.
That's a nice idea, nice prophylactic
Yeah.
idea.
Well, it's -3 here. Oh, just bishop a3. What am I saying?
Okay.
Save everything. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so a3 knight c2. What is the move for white that keeps a better position?
Maybe just rook d7. Could that be something that we can consider? Because you're threatening to take in f7, and then you can't take in c7 because of the
Or this move, right?
yeah, or b4, yeah. But I like rook d7
d7
more.
more. Okay, like that.
Yeah.
And now we're threatening. No, we're not.
No, I was
Not
threatening rook
threatening.
takes f7 now. Rook takes f7, and
Ooh,
then we take in c8, and then
that's
c4.
cool idea, Sabina. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's make some moves here. Okay, I'm gonna play that. Okay. Now what are you gonna do? Take here or 95? What's a big idea? Take here.
Yeah, rook takes.
There's some pins, right?
Yeah. Bishop
Yeah.
f8.
And there's bishop d6 maybe.
Yeah. Bishop d6. And then knight e5, knight g5.
Yeah. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Okay. So taking on c2 is not a good idea. So black has in the pocket, if black wants to, not this, right? Because this, maybe I could do this. So maybe first just 95.
Yeah, knight d5
This
I
is a
like.
simple solution.
Yeah, close the file.
Takes.
You know, but no extra material for you. But there will be some
Black
weaknesses.
slightly
yeah.
better here. Okay. So that's what Gauri should play. Somebody said, how do you pronounce White's first name? Is it
No, it's not the first name. I think it's
right
or
here?
is it? Do you think it's
Yeah.
a first name?
That's first name, right?
But I thought it was Chloe. I'm not sure. Maybe it's Anais.
Hard to say.
or- I think it's Anais.
Anais. Okay. All right. Now let's move on to the next board. Board 19. This is the girls under 12 section, and we have a knight in game, which is very similar to king and pawn in games. And it looks like black is better here. Centralized king. But this knight is actually doing a really good job of not letting the king come in. Wow. And this knight is tripped. These guys are kind of getting in each other's way. So maybe this is a draw according to the engine. Even though white's king is far away, black's kind of stuck here. So how does black actually do anything here? In a weird way, white could be better if black cannot make any progress, you know? Although I clearly like this should be a draw, but black is like frozen.
I was thinking maybe you can go king d7, king c6, because white's majority is a
And then,
bit slow.
I
Yeah.
can't even play that. I
No,
could
no, no.
actually
Then I play
potentially
knight
that.
c3, and we'll see after. But I'm just
that's the
protecting
plan.
b6, maybe. If not, I can also go king c5, chase your knight away. Or where do you
Okay,
put
so
your king?
fair enough. So that's a move.
Yeah,
That is a move.
it's actually good.
Very good move, apparently.
Good. Yeah.
And then come in.
White
I
needs
can't
to
really
try-
go. I can go here, I guess, right? Go here.
Yeah, careful. I'm also threatening knight f4 and try to go for your pawns on the other
Yeah,
side.
and knight f4 is dangerous. So say h4 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I think you can actually play b5.
No, but you take an a5, right? And then
And I go king b. What am I missing? I'm missing something, right? What am I missing? Why does it say equal? Because it looks like I'm gonna win this.
yeah, but it's 3-3.
I'm not getting it past her, huh?
Yeah,
You don't
want
care.
it. But the knight will stop it, right? I think I can probably you take and then what's the best location for the knight? Could it be c1 or
But this looks scary for white a little bit.
it is, I agree, but we have to go on the king side now
Maybe
to just
here.
sack the knight on the pawn.
You wanna have the king take care of this
Ah,
guy,
maybe
or
that.
and then
Yeah.
man, it's tough. It's tough.
It has to be calculated. I think knight and games are probably one of the hardest ones to
Yes,
play
yes.
because you know when I learned chess I was told that knight and games are the same as king and pawn in
Yeah, I
games,
said
like
that.
the same. Sorry, but I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
yeah,
of
but
course.
like you learn that when you're
Yes.
a kid, but then when you actually have to practice and do it, is not really the same because with knights, just suddenly there's a jump or there's some kind of fortress, and
So knight and games are exactly like king and pawn games, but with the knights. That's what you're saying, because they can jump.
No, like it's
So king, yeah, just king and pawn, and then you add the knights, and then
well, yeah, but usually they say it's the same result, but I
Same difference.
disagree. I don't think it's always the same result. Like there's some tricky things that you have to be careful when there are knights on the board. Something that you don't need to worry about when they're just king and pawns, because that's easy calculation. But then with knights, suddenly there's a check that you forgot about, and then the entire
Yeah.
thing turns
so, yeah,
around.
it's just king and
Yeah.
pawn games with knights.
Okay.
So rook end games are basically king and pawn games with the rooks.
Right, but the idea is that if you take them off, the way I learned it is if you just take them off the board, and the king and pawn end game is a draw, then with the knights it should be the same result. But the more I see knight end games, the more if I take off the knights, it's not the same result. That's what I'm saying.
And the opening is basically just the end game, but with the middle game and the beginning added to it.
Gauri
That's
is
what
in a
Capablanca
joking
said.
mode.
Start with the end games in mind, right? So think of it like that.
So
No,
trade
you need to
trade all
connect
the
it.
pieces and see.
You need to see
Get
the
all
end
your
game
space.
first before you see the opening in the middle game.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Figure out what kind of end game you want to get
Exactly,
into, and
exactly.
then you're set. You
Just
won
like
the
in
game
life,
already.
right? Where do you want to? Yeah.
Yeah. Then you won already.
Mm-hmm.
All
Dodges
right.
the shoe.
So, girls,
Somebody threw
girls
it.
under 12, we have on board one. We have Amy Young. Actually, I know Amy. Last year, I was the coach for this specific tournament. I coached Amy.
Sorry, are we looking at the right board? Oh yeah. No, Amy's. This game we just looked at, right? Where
Oh,
black
sorry,
is slightly,
I didn't
black
realize
slightly
it.
better
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Sorry. So
now-
Amy's the one I was. Yeah. Next game is Sophie Lee
Yeah,
against
this is under 12
Garcia,
section, by the way, right?
Mia Garcia Guzman from Mexico.
Got it. And looks like white is up a pawn, and the king is a little bit vulnerable in black's camp.
And white has two protected pawns connected and protect more like.
Oh, we have a question from Noir. Have any of us played this event, at Pan American event before?
No,
I
we
did
couldn't,
not.
We couldn't. Oh, you could have played it. You couldn't have because you're not U.S. flag U.S. You need to be.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could play it,
No,
but
you couldn't because you still have India flag, right?
That's true. No, I think I can play it.
No,
No,
you
maybe you're
cannot.
not. Yeah,
You
this is only
cannot.
for. Yeah, that's true.
This
that's
is for
true.
Pan American, for all Americas only. So you couldn't have played it unless you switched your federation.
Federation. I think
Yeah,
so. Okay,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah,
But
This
I
is
could have
not a
played it
nation-
if I wanted to. If I switched my federation.
If you switch federation.
But I never bothered. I didn't really know this. I don't know if when I was, eligible to play this, just like 5 years ago. I'm just kidding. When I was eligible
So
to play
young.
this tournament, I don't know if they awarded like IM title.
Good, then you would have.
then I
You
would have, yeah.
Yeah. No, usually they were awarding. They did it for a while, but
Is that that's feel like the new
I
thing.
think it was usually the world championships. But I think Americas and for African championships, they usually awarded because they have less number of players with the title. So I think that's kind of how it happens. That's why you have more. For example, in European championships, youth, I don't remember them awarded a title.
Okay.
I never won the championship. I always finished second or third, but not even a norm was awarded when I
Okay.
played. So I think there's just more federations in Europe and Asia. So for those competitions, I think maybe they just give norms. But for here, they award titles for the first one.
So long story short, since we weren't born here, we weren't really
Play in
eligible
this,
to this one.
yes. For this
Okay.
one.
All right. No, I think I can play it if I wanted to.
No, you cannot.
I
You
mean, I
have
can
to
switch.
play-
Yeah, I can switch.
No,
federations.
after you have to switch before.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so you
It's
have
okay.
to play.
I don't have to think about that right now. Winning the US
You gotta focus on your rating
Yeah,
first.
Yes.
Rating is number one
Anyway,
for
this
everything.
position, yeah, white's winning, two connected passers, etc. Let's go to the girls under 10 section. Alicia Zhu and Eileen Liu. And we have white only has 1 minute left, and white is down a piece. Uh-oh. How did white lose the piece in this game? looks like white probably blundered in time trouble. Oh no, look at this position. Rook a7. I think the queen just hung out there for too long in the enemy camp. Right? And then rook a7 was missed, a nifty little rook move. And then white's like, just take the bishop so I can escape with my queen, and then that was it. So yeah, be careful going with your queen like that. White didn't realize the danger.
That's
Some
very
how do
unpleasant.
you even
It's a
rescue
very
the queen
unpleasant
though?
situation here for white.
How do you rescue your queen? Is it rook c1 maybe, right?
Yeah, can't you just...
Yeah, rook c1, just trying to take the...
Yeah.
That was the move. White was actually up material here. Right? Up one pawn.
Yeah, one pawn is a pawn.
Yeah.
And black's underdeveloped.
Black was
but-
discombobulated a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So now Eileen is going to win because of that queen trap idea and more time. 34 seconds left for Alicia, unfortunately. Board 2 of the under 10 section. We have Elizabeth.
Zhu.
Wait, I thought there was another.
No.
No, that's okay. That's similar last name, but not
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Elizabeth was Miranda, and we have white is up a pawn, but wait. No, white is. I thought the white had a rook on a1, but no.
Yeah, so white is down. I was like, why just up the pawn?
There's no rook. There's no. Usually there's a rook on
Okay,
a1. You know.
So
no,
black
black
is
is up
on
rook.
her way to win this game.
That's his mate, right?
Yeah. So,
So
you have to play queen
Trade,
h3.
this might have been resigns already.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's resigns.
All right.
And last but not
Finally-
least, we are going to the under 8 section for the girls. Abigail. Okay. No.
Abigail Zhu
Again.
is 1744.
So we have 3 last names. So
Zhu.
in the same in a row.
But I'm not sure if they're related.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That I do not know.
Abigail and Elizabeth might be. Yeah, siblings. I'm not sure. And Abigail won by checkmate in under 8.
Oh,
Okay.
checkmate.
And this next one. Whoa, we have a result, or
Maybe there's something
I think the board.
wrong.
Yeah, board
Oh, no,
update.
no. Now it's updating, I think.
And another Suge Alexandra. That's very curious.
Actually, she might be the sister of a girl
No.
I used to teach. Possibly, potentially. Did she win her game?
I think she won because knight g2 wasn't played. I think because knight g2 doesn't make any sense, right? No,
Yeah.
no, it does make sense actually.
Wait. So
What knight g4? Knight c4 makes more sense.
she has to give up the. Why does she have to give up the knight? Why
Yeah.
doesn't she bring it? Okay, did she have some ideas to win something? Or?
No, it's probably just knight c4.
there's
Probably white
some
resigned here
notation.
or something. Yeah.
some notation
Yeah.
issues.
So
extra piece.
what happened? How did white end up losing all this material?
No,
Wait,
but there's
wait.
something wrong with
Oh,
the king.
no.
No, this
Oh
is the
no,
wrong.
no. This is okay. This game we
Okay.
can't commentate
Yeah, we can't.
because
Yeah. Okay, now we know. Something up with that transmission. We'll try to figure out. Let's get back to the.
is it possible? Oh no, I know what happened. That's the queen, guys.
Yeah, that's a queen, and that was a castle in G8. Those queens in G1 and G8. Because I was like, this is such a weird game.
Yeah.
I
didn't understand.
I know white is unrated, but you know.
All
there's
right,
a
so this
strong-
game we can't really commentate.
Yes, there's something was wrong with the board, maybe.
Okay, so we just made the rounds to the last board. Now we had to go back to the under 18 open
100.
section, the boys and girls.
Just kidding.
Let's go to the first board,
So
Terry Luo, and we left in this position, and we thought that black was under slight pressure. Oh, sorry, I just skipped the move. Let's go here and let's see what happened.
So
The variation that we analyzed actually came true. White pins this bishop, so black's in trouble.
So
but then black
rook
counterattacks the white's bishop and the pawn, and we analyzed that this position might be a draw or something.
yeah, with the pieces getting traded quite fast, but maybe
Yeah.
that wasn't the case, or was it?
Pieces did get traded, and black's up a pawn though. However, it's opposite colored bishop, so a draw is very likely. Ooh. So this is a winning attempt by black. Bishop d5. Trying to sack the exchange. Very interesting. Very interesting. A
Do
little
you think
risky.
it's a winning?
Oh, wait.
Oh wait. No, that's
Okay,
trades
it's
to a
trade.
rook
Okay, so
anyway.
now it's a draw. Okay, so this game is gonna be a draw. Oh, they
Yeah.
agreed to a draw.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
Okay.
So we got a draw on
GG.
board one. That means that we. Let's see what's happening on board two.
Board two,
because
we just left off in this position.
yes.
I also thought this was a little drawish.
Oh, long castle. We were considering potentially c3 for black to give
Trading
up the
queens.
pawn.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a current position. I need to go
But
there.
I'm scared about black's king now.
Some tactics happened. Knight e7, I think, right? Okay, so there was a tactic that was missed by black.
Oh, that's a cute one.
Cute
Knight to
one, yeah.
597.
So it looks like Timur tricked black and is now up in exchange. However,
it's
black
not-
is still solid, although black's time is probably a bigger issue than the position here. Time and position. Yeah, so black's under pressure.
It's actually tricky when you have an exchange down because typically you need to try to block the entrances of the opponent's rooks, right? Because the rook loves activity. We always talk about that when you're doing commentary together.
7th rank.
7th or 6th or back rank. But I don't know which color you have to put the pawns on. It's always tricky, and
I don't think black can cover everything here.
I think maybe he's trying to go g5 and try to get the h-file opened. He's thinking maybe white's king will get
Why
vulnerable.
will
as
ignore
well.
g5, right?
I mean, I know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying probably that's the idea. Something else that could happen is maybe try to take him b3 just to get those pawns, but
Yeah.
that would weaken black's king as well. So it's not easy without playing without time. And
But how does white play here? Should white play something like h5 to not think about that anymore? Or is that pawn going to be a weakness? That pawn probably will be a weakness for it. So h5 might not be the move. Rook f4 is interesting. I was concerned that it allows like some queen d2 business. But maybe queen d2 could be met with queen f2 here. If you want, right?
yeah,
Trades are good. Okay, so white's better here on their way to win the game. Now we go to the under 16 section. And we left here, and this was a position where white had this massive pawn attack. No, that was the next game. We had two similar games.
right.
This was
right.
a position where black was fine. Knight a5 played.
Yes, we were discussing. Oh, the knight went to b3, not c4.
Oh,
That's-
black kind of went in a weird direction there. And now try to fix the... Black kind of misplaced the pieces and now fixed it again. And that's the current position. Wow. Very crazy. d4 is the critical move, but bishop e4 unpins and pins at the same time.
That's actually
yeah.
cute.
Okay.
Pin. It was first
Uno
pin
reverse.
and then under double pin.
Yes.
Under pin.
So white's better here. Okay, now we go to the board 2 of the under 16. And this was a similar looking position with the French
Yes.
again. And I thought that white was we thought that white was pressing with f6. And I think it is indeed that's what's happening. But the queen was supposed to go to d2, but it went to b3 instead, which makes it a little bit less dangerous for black. So black is holding the fort down pretty okay here. Trade of rooks, which black declines. But then white has this file. I don't know what else black could have done actually. Maybe b6 or something. I'm not sure. Okay, now the queen comes over. Yeah, this is starting to get really dangerous for black here. Can I just take the pawn or check?
That's a cute.
Wow, back rank mate.
Wait,
Yeah,
go back. There was that. Go back a
Missed
couple
by
more
black.
moves. Yeah, I think. No, there wasn't so much that you could do.
now white is threatening another queen sack.
Yeah.
Sacrifices on sacrifices on sacrifices.
Yeah, those pawns are marching, and now the rook comes to g2 to
Yeah,
cover.
this is
and
a
then
very cool
g6.
move. Very cool move. Okay. It's over. Maybe even rook e2 now instead if you want to try. I'm sure there's some pretty moves here. Or rook c1. No, not sure about this one. I kind of like this one for some reason because I want to dump a rook on e7 at some point. Yeah, rook e2 seems like the best move here. Just sack this guy, and then he can't really take because of
No, but we don't take. We just go f7 maybe.
or that. Yeah. Yeah.
So he finishes the game a bit faster.
Wow. Nice attack by white here. All right, this was the game we stopped. Oh, did they offer a draw? He offered it. No, this was a repetition. Excuse me. Also, I kind of messed up the. I hope that wasn't the case before.
Wait, what did you do?
No, it's good now. When I scroll, it kind of cuts off the.
Yeah. When you scroll, that
it's
should
good.
be fine.
Okay, so we left here. So we remember like the knight g4 position.
Yeah.
Queen
We
H
were
was
thinking
played,
sacrifices and.
threatening mate, and then h3, and there was a knight takes f2 idea, but knight f6 was played instead. Oh, they drew
they
like
just
this.
repeated.
Oh no.
Interesting.
White actually, sorry, black declined the repetition. He played g5,
Oh,
but then there was another sacrifice,
but it doesn't lead to an actual win.
and then so black tried to win, but then was like, okay, let's just draw.
What about King G2?
Yeah, why
right?
did
Maybe
White
he
accept?
realized he doesn't really like his position anymore, and he's like, okay, let me go back.
So
Let
White
me
could
go
have played
back to
on
the
here,
beginning.
but White just accepted the draw from Black. It seems like. Actually, I think what actually happened is yeah, maybe. Sometimes they offer a draw somewhere, and the game's over. They talk about the moves, like what if I played there, and the moves get registered on the DGT board. I've done
Yeah.
that myself, where
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I look at the game afterwards and like I didn't play that.
Yeah, yeah.
in the game. And it was all analysis.
No, but I'm pretty sure this happened because not like a huge blunder. He was
Okay.
probably just,
So I'm just looking at the time use. This seems like very quick. See how it's 30-30?
yeah.
So maybe somebody offered a draw even before, and I'm not sure.
Maybe they just repeated and G5 wasn't really played.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
that's what, yeah.
G5 might have been like, well, what if I played this? And he's like, oh, I would have played this. And then like, oh, what if I played this? And then they stopped analyzing.
Yeah.
Not sure. Anyway, that was an interesting game.
Yeah, and now in this section, there's no more player with 4 out of 4 or
Okay.
anything because they were the only players with 3 out of 4.
So 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
So
they
three
have
and a
3.5
half.
out of 4. Got it.
And depends what happens on the next few boards.
This is board 2 of the under
14.
14 section, and we thought that white was slightly better after bishop e2.
Yes.
And
He took the
bishop takes
knight.
h5.
Why? But maybe he was worried about some knight coming to
Mm-hmm.
f4 and just.
Now it looks like black is better, maybe, or it's equal.
Okay, that was kind of a waste of time.
Yeah, a little
Queen E3,
hesitation
queen from white.
Right. In these open positions, it's easy to blunder something, though.
It is for both sides. So now white is trying to get the h pawn.
Okay. Current position. White is down up.
No, it's
No,
not
it's
because
not
we
done.
took the h
Oh,
pawn.
okay.
Yeah, that was the idea. So he got his material back, but
Both sides have their trumps. I think White's king is a little more unsafe, but it's compensated by this knight on e4. Black can also go knight d5 as well, but White's a little coordinated with the rooks. Yeah, so it's even, dynamically balanced here, it seems like. So I'm assuming like there'll be some sort of queen trade or something, and then some endgame draw. Maybe we'll see.
yeah, or somehow white will manage to create a faraway passed pawn, and then they will have some opportunity to.
I think it's gonna be some queen trade.
It should, yeah. So we'll be back to this
Okay.
game.
Now we go to
And
the
the
under
under-
14 section.
No, 12.
Sorry, 12 section.
Under 12.
And this crazy game with the remember the night dance
Yes,
Queen-
so what
queen,
happened? Let's see.
pawn.
Did we guess any moves? Oh, so he took b2. I thought we said he had to take.
Yeah, b2 was fine.
Yeah.
And black is not down any pawns, right? No.
He ended up just taking the knight. He didn't want to allow knight going to d.
That's-
Well, but wait, that was the thing. So after knight b2, we said knight d7, didn't we? First, didn't we say knight d7 was a move for white? Or
Yes.
yeah, so white didn't play it. That was our analysis. We said knight
That was
d7.
our analysis, yes. But maybe this is possible. No, the knight f6 check, right? Yeah, why didn't he? Then it was this move. We were talking about this move. And then we were talking about this move.
Yes.
And then we were talking about this move. And then this move.
Yeah, that was a very
Trapping
nice
the
idea.
knight,
we found,
yeah.
Yeah.
So white could have played knight d7. It's so complicated.
Yeah, but rook b1 now, okay, he has a slightly better pawn structure, but
Yeah,
I
that was
think
rook b1 is
this,
missed maybe.
yeah, rook b1 is not really,
Black sacked the pawn, but then didn't really get it back.
that's not fun.
Okay. Okay. And now, after many moves, let's fast forward because we don't have much time to cover all the games. White is now better again because maybe the knight's offside.
Right.
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
want to delete that, but I
That's
can't.
fine. Okay. So let's go to the next game.
Yes.
Board
Under
8.
8.
This is still under 12, right? Board 8 of the board 8 for our DGT boards are it's
No,
board
no.
8.
Wait. You're going under 10, right?
Yeah, this is under 12. Yep. Ethan versus.
Oh, I thought you're going. Oh, you went on board 2. Okay, sorry. I thought we already. That was board.
And this is won by white. I think we left off. I don't know where we left off actually. This game. We probably didn't cover this game as much. I don't remember.
No, we.
I don't remember looking at this position. No, we probably skipped this game by accident. But it looks like white won this game.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Nice. So Ethan
Now we go
won.
to
Now we go
under
to
10.
under 10.
Okay. And this one, white was down a pawn and no compensation. And white was trying to start an attack with h4. Black says no, thank you. And played h5. And now black is trading the queens, at least trying to trade queens. White said no. Black gets another pawn when white says, let me just go for another. Yeah, this is how you should play it, but I think that rook b4 is a very nice move. And now white's attack is not really going anywhere. More trades are going to happen, and it's going to be resigns.
Yes.
Nice
So
defense.
Nice
Yeah.
Nice game by black.
Okay.
And board 2, we had Alexander Jarnitsky against Winsley Vu, right?
Yeah.
And
this
that was a
mate.
mate on the board. Okay.
But this game, yeah, white was up a rook because of this sad
Yeah,
blunder.
yeah. We saw
looked at
this,
one.
and we kind of
Yeah.
stopped.
Okay, GG. Also, white won, and then board 11. It's under 8 section. And I think this game, did we cover this one as much? We didn't really cover this game as much. I think we forgot to. But white won in a nice endgame.
Nice mate
Okay.
on the board. Another mate.
And this one, was this a Stonewall game?
Yes.
Yes. This was the Stonewall gone wrong game where black had better knight, better bishop, better rooks. And looks like black converted knight c5 check. Seems to win material. But no. So it was a nice little intermediate move there. So black left the rook on pre. White thought they were winning an exchange, but then there was this move, knight.
I like that. And then the bishop hangs.
Yeah, that was cool.
So it was a trap. Set up a trap
Yeah.
to think that you were losing.
I don't know
material.
if everyone probably calculated that, right? I don't think it was the only move. Rook c2 was not the only move. Could have moved the king first.
Yeah,
Right?
and then go rook c2 because
Yeah.
there's no way for white to.
But it
win.
seems like
maybe rook
black,
c1 was an option.
Black was still better and won some pawns. Oh, another trick. I don't know. He took that. That was seemed like a simple. Yeah. Okay. Nice game by black.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have the girls section, under 18 section. And we left this game off around here.
Yes, when we said that, I really liked how Ryang pushed her h pawn to close white's attack on the king side, and now she can focus on the queen side.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what black was doing well in this game. Black sacrificed a pawn. And knight takes e4 can't take because f5. That's a nice shot. Black decides to trade queens though. And okay.
Think again.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. And black is better, even though it has 2 pawns for the exchange, right?
No, the rooks don't do anything. That rook in h1 basically doesn't even
Yes.
show its value of 5 points. It's just maybe like 1 point there
Yes.
protecting, and it's not even protected because that pawn, if that pawn falls, black's
Yeah, e4. The main thing is
Smart.
black has super control of the center, the bishops, and white's pawns are scattered. So there we go.
so Rayang is having
is
a
doing
really
well,
a
yeah.
really good position.
And this dragon position on board 2 of the girls under 18 was very fascinating. White was defending against the rook onslaught. And did white manage to defend? The answer is yes. Black misplayed it.
So actually, she ended up playing b3 and c4. Although, so I guess there's no
What a recovery by by white, and now
yeah.
up
Extra
a pawn,
pawn,
up
yeah.
a pawn. Yeah, that's quite a
You still have to
transformation.
be careful because it's not so easy to
Mm.
start pushing forward. But if you can trade somewhere, because if, for example, you get in a queen endgame, maybe you have to be careful for
Just
some
some drawing
perpetual
chance. Yeah.
check.
So you'd rather trade queens than rooks here,
Yeah,
but it's not so easy.
yeah.
But white can take their time, I think here. Okay,
So let's go to girls under 16.
under 16, and this is okay. Black's up a piece, already won the game. White resigned here. And the second board, this was the game where white had a lot of space advantage.
Yeah, we were
and the
wondering
knight h4
about-
thing happened.
Oh,
And now we were expecting bishop b1,
why did she sack?
but sacked the piece instead. White could not be patient and decides to go for checkmate. But
But
There
there's
is
no
no checkmate.
checkmate. There's no checkmate.
there's no checkmate.
Oh,
There's no pieces to checkmate.
that might have been a mistake.
Yeah, bishop b1 was
Maybe.
patient. Move was fine.
Okay, it's not that terrible for
and
white
you know,
because
The pawns, taking the pawns helped black activate the rooks.
yes, and the
Like,
knights. Remember, the knights,
So
one of those knights.
White gave up a piece to activate black's pieces. That's what happened. So it went from a +2 to a -2.
Sad, not good.
Okay,
And she actually had more time than her opponent. Maybe she's trying to play on
been on time.
This is something always tricky. It would be interesting to know how coaches from other countries teach their students to deal in such situations. If your opponent doesn't have much time, do you sacrifice something to make it complicated? or-
Actually, so when your opponent has low time, you want to actually prolong the game and not force the game.
Yes, I agree.
Because when you take on e4, what you're forcing, obviously black's going to take the knight. But when you play bishop b1, black's like, oh, I can move the knight, I can move the knight here, I can move the knight there, I can move the rook, I can
Right,
move this, and I
right.
can move that. And that's how you pressure. When you take on e4, you're actually, the decisions
Make
are
it
easy.
easy. It's
Yeah,
easy
it's,
moves.
you don't force the play. You try to prolong the play.
I agree, but maybe some people think that it's more complicated if the opponent is winning. How that's the toughest thing, right? To win a one position. So maybe they're thinking, although I wouldn't do that. That's,
Yeah.
you don't want to get lost and just let's see if my opponent knows how to win.
Yeah.
That's you're making
Okay.
their life a bit easy.
Now board 17. This is the under 14 girls section. We have a rook endgame where white is up a pawn and is about to make a passer. This looks drawish, but the engine's saying +5. So, no, not anymore.
But why did she play rook g2? Because anyways, g4 wouldn't really do much because there's always rook c3 check,
Wait.
takes, and rook c2.
Was rook e5 winning?
Yeah. Rook e5 seems... Oh, takes, and g4.
Yeah, this is
Takes, g4.
outside passer. Clearly winning. This is...
Yeah, king f3 and...
I almost went Yoda for a second. Clearly winning.
But,
this
rook
is-
but wait, rook g2, look at that. And after
Yeah.
rook g2, can black play rook c1? Like, the game?
Where?
after the game, when the game went
Ah.
rook g2,
Here.
rook c1, or should we go, what should we do? Should we go king f5 or?
Or
I was
even
thinking
e5. I want to get rid of more pawns, right? Yeah, isn't
I-
this like
I
a
should
technique,
just-
right technique, or no?
e5, and when I take,
Rook takes. Yeah, this is the right technique. Trade more pawns.
yeah, g4.
G4, I can check and then
Check and rook
rook d2.
d2,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You had to trade pieces.
Yeah, yeah,
E5 is right.
So black has to find now e5. Wait,
Yeah.
why does it show?
Oh, we have moves. King here.
Oh no, she didn't play e5, so now white is coming
White
back.
has another option. So they repeated.
But is white gonna know now to go rook e5?
Is Juliana going to play rook e5 and win the game?
That's the
Find
question.
out in the next episode. Okay. We'll see soon. By the way, black only has 50 seconds. Pretty significant. Rook e5 will really confuse
Yeah.
black. Okay, so we got to remember board 17, okay?
Yes, we'll be back to board 17.
So this is
board 18.
18. This is
So board 2 in
girls
the...
under 14 still.
Yes.
And black was slightly
we saw
better.
this. We saw
Yeah,
this.
slightly better
ideas.
because of more pressure on the queen side. And that is indeed the case. Nice activation of the king by black in this pawn's structure is such a good way to fight against the bishop and the knight. Very nice. Very nice. And the knight on g6, it's not doing anything. And black is seemingly converting this. Okay, but not bishop d4, right? Was on the way, but bishop d4 creates an unnecessary problem of the weak pawn. Was a5 the move? a5, okay, there was a check idea though, right? That's the trick that
What about king... Oh.
he's hoping for. Yeah, that check is annoying. Maybe rook c8 patiently. Just patient. Right there.
I like that.
Yeah, it's just a move.
But
right?
you need to protect your knight with something so you can play king f7 or king f5 maybe. I would love that knight of white's away from g6. Or maybe I don't even care.
What about this?
Because knight f8 I have king d6.
Maybe rook c8 is simple chess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but bishop d4 was played. Now this is weak pawn, which is unnecessary. Black is still better, but yeah, black is still much better. But how does black make progress? Maybe black doesn't have to because white has no time.
What about a...
Rook d3 played, just trying to
trade
make
the
a move.
pawns.
Yeah,
That would actually be helpful if you take in c2.
I think the plan is to do this now.
Yeah. But I think maybe we can play knight c3 now, can we? Knight c3 with black. Just to kind of not... Just kind of... You can't bring the king to d2 probably.
What's gonna happen after this though? Where it's gonna go from here?
I haven't decided.
What about just taking this and then trying to win the pawn with c3?
Just wasn't gonna give the... Okay.
It's possible, right?
But what about knight f8?
No, you just attack.
Just king e5?
Even king f7.
No, but your knight was hanging in that situation. That's why I was trying to move my knight for it not to be. So rook takes c2, rook takes d4, rook c3, maybe knight f8, but you go king e5, right?
Yeah, okay, sure.
And
It seems better. I think that's what I would do.
I know, but there's always some kind of checks that will be annoying. You have to make sure there's no repetition. That's why I wasn't gonna give
But the rook's under attack.
No, so I go back, rook d2 or rook d2 maybe. Okay, I don't know if there's a difference, okay? So now I go knight back to g6, gg. And, right, so I go back to f8, and now I guess you have to go attack. Ah, you go there.
Or even this, right? But
Yeah, I
this
thought
is
that,
fine.
but then I was gonna get some activity.
Not really. Takes.
I have more chances here if I
Maybe
go.
I should go here. Okay.
Yeah, your move. I like this move the most.
Okay. So black is better here, but needs to play pretty well in the end game to convert this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 19, we're moving on to the under 12 section. This was the knight end game. You're looking in pawn end game, aka knights.
Yes.
looking in pawn
Let's
end
see.
game. Okay.
Is white gonna be able to win
Black
this?
did get the
Is
king
black
over,
gonna
like
be
you said she would.
right? Okay. Black. I feel like black would be the one with more chances.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now it's going to a draw though, right?
Yeah. Too many trades.
Yeah.
Okay. This is.
Do you even need the
satisfactory.
knight? Probably you do need the knight. I'm just wondering, like, if I just went crazy and played king d4, knight takes a5. This is just for curiosity, you know?
Okay.
Even this should be a draw, I think. Even this is a draw, because I just go king here. Yeah. Knights are pretty clumsy in that. Yeah, it's a draw. Clearly a draw. Okay. Okay. Number 20. Under 12 still. And we have rook endgame. Ooh.
But this is a winning one. Actually, I had this one time because it's the f pawn. So even if you can even push the pawn to b7. And
Yeah,
you're still winning.
b7, because I'm threatening this and this.
Yeah.
The old trick. So then they're gonna go here.
But
Then I'm gonna
yeah.
go here.
And
And then
then-
you check with the f pawn, you
Exactly.
sack it. And then if they go back, yeah. That's a classic. This is very convenient for white. This f pawn, right?
yes, yeah.
If it was a g pawn, it might be a draw.
I actually had this happen to me recently. It was an a pawn, but it doesn't matter as
So
long
just to
as
show the audience. This is like, I just go here and then
you don't even need the king.
yeah.
yeah, you
So
can
the
go
rook
there.
is stuck guarding this, so check.
F6.
You can't take because rook f8 check. You can't go here because rook h8, rook h7. That's the issue.
Sad. For black. Good for
So
white.
Sophie's
So
gonna win this one, and now we
she's
go to the
gonna be
under
on
10.
4.
Mhm.
She's gonna be on 4 under 4. Her opponent actually, Mia, is only on 2, so she'll stay with 2. Let's go to girls under 10.
She only has 2, really? Can you check that now?
Yeah, she was 2 points. That they didn't have many players in that
Gotcha.
section.
Okay.
I think they only have
By the way, Alicia.
12 boards.
Mm-hmm. White is winning up 3 pawns, but these positions, you know, even though it's up 3 pawns, this is still drawish. In the under 10 section, 2 rooks. Somehow you could lose all the pawns one by one, and white only has 2 minutes. So I don't know. I don't think it's a win for white yet. This position. Just a lot of counterplay, a lot of checks.
No, but 3 pawns. So if the a pawn goes away and you trade a pair of rooks, it will be a draw. But even that is not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah.
But what I learned is that you have to keep the king. You just don't go the back rank. That's a big thing.
I think there's a trap here. Rook f6 check, check the rook check, and now f3.
Okay, so
I don't like this move, rook c3 check.
maybe she was thinking to go wait. There's some drawing idea.
This rook a4. But every pawn move, like white's getting
White is
closer and closer
advancing
to
further, yeah.
the finish line, literally and figuratively speaking. Okay. Okay, 4. And then what? King g3. Just free up this rook.
Mm-hmm.
And then this move wins this pawn though. But then can you play like rook h1 and then try to run this pawn down the board?
You don't even. It depends what black does now.
No, this
after
is
king
bad.
g3.
This rook is bad here.
King
Check.
g3. She has to
Yeah,
move
rook
it
f4 is
again.
not good at all. But I can play rook f6 checks at some point if I wanted to. h5. Or even
Maybe she was trying after king g3 to go rook c to c4.
By the way, is the engine saying this
Oh,
move?
she wants to go rook g4 check.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
Yeah.
So h5 is the move.
Yeah, h5.
So this is a winning position.
The
H6
king is
cut
badly
off.
placed. The king is
Yeah.
badly
Wow,
placed.
you can just run at the pawn.
If the king was in h7, it would probably be a draw. Because you can do the Ventura position.
So white's gonna win this one. Okay, this one we know that Miranda won because
Yes,
he's
we
up,
knew,
she's up a
yeah.
rook, and this one we don't know. Okay, so the under 8 section, board one
One
won the
and
game, and the
board
board
two,
two
possibly
apparently
won,
black
but-
won, but
We don't know
This
how.
is started off with the king on d1, so we don't know what's happening. In
I
this
think
game.
the position was just changed because of the king and queen, and so.
Okay.
All right. So let's start over from
Is
the
it
top.
possible that they started with the king and the queen in the wrong place, and because sometimes people they don't really look, and then they just play the game as if
No, but the DGT would have noticed it, right? Because they usually it's DGT board, so I feel like
I'm not sure.
we don't know.
Okay, so what games are live right now? That would be a good thing to have on this website.
I have.
You have okay.
I just know there are 11 left. But
Yeah, we need to
I'll
check
let
the
you
games.
know. I will let you know. Just
Okay,
one
cool.
moment.
So we're gonna try to focus on the games that are still going on, especially the ones that uh, there's no time left. Right? We had to focus on the games where one of the people are in time pressure, because that's always exciting to see games where it's like blitz chess. For example, this one. Oh, this one is done. White. No, it's not done yet. We have this board 2 of the under 18 open section.
So yeah, board 2, and then we have board 1 under.
Okay, so let's focus on board 2, the open
We
section.
need to go back to board 17 too. We said because that was interesting.
Okay. So this one, 18 minutes 22 seconds. White is still up in exchange, but black is hanging on. Okay.
But he doesn't have time, so he needs to make a move.
Mm-hmm.
Time is running. It's not easy. Oh no, no more checks.
And this pawn is gonna fall, right?
Yeah.
Queen g5.
Also, if that pawn falls, white gets a rook on the back rank, rook a8 mate. I predict a mate in a8 for white. This
Okay,
is not.
so this is not a good development for black here.
That was not a good
So
development.
should have
at
played
all.
h5 or something, right?
He probably thought opening up the h file
Yeah.
is gonna be against white's king, but it might have turned
And rook g3.
against him.
Queen c1, e2.
But you got no checks or anything, right?
Could it be like queen h4 here? Just trying to do this.
Just trade.
Might be the simpler way to do it, because this one, there's queen d2 or queen c1.
Yeah, and tries to get some bishop d5 in.
There's also a bit rook g7. It's a little weird. That could be annoying. So I can choose between going for a queen trade, the queen h4, or some sort of exciting. Now this is the thing. When your opponent's in time pressure, this is tactical, but it's also open-ended tactical,
True.
not forcing tactical. This is simple, and it does prolong the game, but it's more simple.
Which one do you choose? I think you should make the life difficult for black, considering he's only, playing on second on the increment.
So are you saying that it's rook?
Even b4. I mean, how is it scary to play b4 here for white? Do you have bishop d5? Maybe you have bishop d5, and that is a serious threat. I have to be careful. I like to rook g3. How about we go rook
Bishop
g3?
d5 is insanely good. Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually,
There's no defense.
there's no defense against
That's
that.
insane.
There is actually rook g3, but then you sack the queen and you stay with the piece.
No real defense.
Yeah. So we need to go rook g3 to get rid of that queen. So probably white has realized that. g2 needs to be protected. Oh,
Okay.
he played it? Okay, good.
She's gonna go.
So
I think we're gonna see queen d2.
Queen d2 or queen c1, one of those. Like queen d2 makes a bit more sense to have still bishop d5 as an idea.
But after rook g7, there's no more.
I mean, I know.
Yeah, rook g3 was the right call. It seems like the computer eval bar is agreeing with rook g3. And then rook g7 looks very annoying. Very unpleasant. And yeah, with such little time, rook g7 is going to be such a hard move to face.
Maybe he can play rook d3 now with tempo.
But then I go back to g5.
I know, but now I'm controlling d5, so I can go rook d8. I caught you.
Oh, you
but,
want to go
like,
here and here?
Yeah,
Ah,
I
okay.
told you I want that idea. I just couldn't do it earlier.
That is interesting. Well, that's hard to see that.
But you can go maybe queen c2, pin me, and then something you could do. But I like that idea. I think in this position, considering that black's king is, that the bishop does not belong to c7 to f7. It needs to be in b7.
Okay, so I still like rook g7, like you said. But rook d3 is played. Okay, queen c2. Anti rook d8 move. And then what exactly will happen?
Oh, maybe I just take an h6, and then I go rook h8.
Snap off the pawn.
I got 2 rooks. That's okay. This is tough for black, unfortunately. I think he's put up a good
Queen
fight. But
b2 played with
oh,
no
now
time.
he wants queen e5 check in case you go rook d8. That's gonna be his.
But now the h6 is hanging, yeah?
Yeah, so we can
Then trading
take
is
it.
not gonna help.
Yeah,
Okay, so
And
after
then
rook
the
h6,
g
it's over.
yeah. And the g pawn is passed. So let's go to board to 3, which is the first board or under 16.
Yes.
And hi, Elliot. Thanks for joining us. Do you want to just catch up with the position since we're approaching really the end? So we should
Yes,
just kind of
that's-
see what to expect. Ooh, someone's gonna win here, and that's...
Queen g6 check is literally mate. There's no defense.
Isn't
Wow. There's no defense.
Eric Liu Eric Liu won in the national championship
One of the
in
nationals
Atlanta.
we,
A
covered.
co-champion.
Yeah,
He was a co-champion, right? In K
Yes.
K through 8.
Yes. Somebody asked an interesting question. Would you accept a draw if white had 30 seconds? Would you take a draw here?
For whom? Who would offer the draw? You mean with black? Of course. Black is
No,
losing.
no. Black has 15 minutes, white has 30 seconds, and black
Uh-huh.
offers a draw.
Yeah, of course. You're losing.
Black
'Cause
offers
there's-
a draw to white.
Yes.
Should white take it?
Oh.
I don't think so. I think the position is fairly simple. With increment, we can just
Yeah, just make a
There's
couple
not
more-
much risk
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
It's
You're
not
right.
so when you look at the draw offer, it's based on how much risk there is. Risk of like position, how not just immediate risk, but even like can black do a move that makes the position risky? It's hard to evaluate that, but here with extra material and no checks, it's hard for black to do something.
Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah.
I understood it wrong. I thought
yeah.
white offers a draw. If black should
No,
take it with,
Black offers a draw to white, and white has no time. No, there's no risk for
Right.
it's a risk-free position.
So
What
Eric,
is this? Bishop f2 played, trying to block the queen g6. I guess the idea was that. So it just takes it. Simple, elegant solution.
Okay. Extra bishop.
Yeah.
Should be mate. Is there a mate?
You win a queen, I think. Because after takes, king g7 check, here, bishop g6
Bishop
check,
G6.
and then you win the queen. So this is going to be over.
All right. Moving on to board 6, which was under 14.
Black
board 2.
resigned.
Oh, black resign board.
Another one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is the current position. And we have a...
This was the one we said that most likely is going to be a draw because
Did we?
equal. Yeah, this was the one with...
Ah, yes. Queen trade, and then...
Yeah. I said maybe white has some chances, but yeah, you said there lots of trades will happen, so.
Yeah, draw is very likely in this game. Very likely. Somehow the knights will get traded off. Rook endgame. Okay, what else? Other games are
Board
going on?
13, which is board 1 and under 18.
Okay.
Girls under 18.
Black is...
Ooh,
Look at
winning.
those bishops.
Those pawns are promoting. Are we
We could
gonna
have,
miss
we
the
could have,
bishop?
yeah, we could have a position where what black gives up the entire
Yeah.
pieces for.
I was about to
yeah,
say
you gotta
that.
learn your bishop mates, guys. Yeah,
Yeah, I just taught that to some of my students.
potential 2 bishop, and I wonder if white will resign or play it out. I think white will play it out.
But they're pretty high rated. I mean, do they still play?
I predict white will play it out. At least till like the king is in the back rank. I think white will play it out.
But she's like 1900. She's playing a 2200
True.
was 2300.
True.
I don't know. I think she would probably resign, but
You think
we'll
so?
see. They have a second
What do you
round
guys
in the
think?
afternoon at 4 p.m., right?
Oh,
So
that's true.
in 2.5 hours, there's another round. You need to get a bit of rest, have some food, and lost the game, but the tournament is not over.
I don't know. I think White's gonna play it.
Okay, let's check out board 2, board 14.
I think White's gonna win. What do you think, Sabina?
No, I'm not so sure. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. All right, board 16. Lucy Gao against Laura Pardo. Oh,
This one?
yes.
This is the game where White was
Trap
better,
her-
but then
trap her
decided
queen,
to
right?
sacrifice for no
Oh, no,
reason.
no, this was that one game. She got some activity. Now she's down a rook.
Rook takes e4, yeah.
Oh,
So White sacrificed a lot this game, but each sacrifice was
It wasn't
not
a-
really doing anything.
yeah, it wasn't necessary. She overpushed. She definitely
Yeah.
overpushed, and now,
So Black is going to win this game.
yes.
And any other games going on?
18, board 18, which is board 2 in girls under 14.
Okay,
It was
so
the rook
this is-
end game. Wait, it was with knights on the board, and we thought black was better, no? A bit?
Yeah, Black just traded it off. This is likely to be a draw.
But
Black
the
is a
black
little
pushing.
bit better, yeah. Little bit. But it's not much.
It's not, this is not going to be an easy game.
By the way, there was a trap there. I think Black was threatening to play Rook D4, but even Rook D4, that opposition is let's see, I don't know. Is that winning? If I have Rook D4, if I skipped a move, or with the pawn here, so here, Rook
No,
D4.
but I don't take. I go king e3, right?
Yeah, so takes King King D5, G4, F4 is the draw.
Yeah, because then king c3.
Yeah, King C3.
Yeah.
But here, now, the problem is Black can go G4 at some point as well.
But wait, that line was not correct because you're right. Rook d4, king. I have to go king c3. If I go king e3, there's a 4 check. Right?
Sorry, so here, instead of H5, if I go here, okay?
Yes.
Here. Here, here.
No, I was saying a 4 first for black.
This is a draw because even G4.
Yes, this is a draw.
But with the pawn H5, you can't do it. That's what I'm saying, right? That's why Black played H5 instead of Rook D4. They're
Yeah,
trying to play
but-
Rook D4 now. So if I just to show this line, if I go here, now this is still a draw.
No, but what I'm telling you is that black has f4.
Why is this a draw, by the way?
Can you go f4 for black? No.
But why is this a draw? Doesn't that look scary? King C3 is still a draw, huh? G4, because I can come back just in time. Okay. And what was your line, Sabina?
Here, just wait.
In this position, yes?
No.
D4, King E3.
Well, you want to have that h4 on the move. So I
Okay.
want to play f4 for
Okay, so
black.
here-
F4 check.
Here?
Uh-huh. I want to check this out. Still not winning because there's no entrance.
Because when you King F5 go H4, right?
Yeah.
Actually, King F5, King D4.
What? King, you want to lose with black? If you're going on the...
Okay.
Oh, you want to have the stalemate, but there's the a pawn.
there's this idea.
There's
no,
the
no,
a
King
pawn.
D4, King
King
here,
G- yeah.
here.
Here, then what?
It's a draw
takes-
too, because
no.
it's a race, right?
Yeah. But I thought you want to have the stalemate or something, but it's not possible. Yeah.
F4, I'm a queen.
Yeah, we queen at the same time.
What a line.
So who's winning? Is white not up?
Black's
Ah,
turn.
black promoted first. Yeah.
That's a crazy line. 'Cause if white doesn't play F4, white loses, right? So, there are some famous studies where the king is on H2, and then black plays and the pawn is let's say king H2. This is still a draw. So look at this. No, is it? Yeah, it's a draw. So if I play king H2, it's still a draw. No, it's not a draw. F4.
No, because I promote and then I trade your queen and my king is one file
Oh yeah.
closer.
King G3, and then But if there were no pawns on the board, it's a draw. Wait. See this
No, you're losing.
F5.
Yeah, isn't this losing? Push, push.
And you trade queens, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
queen
yeah.
F4.
Queen F4 and then forcing the queens
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah.
there.
Okay. But if the pawns didn't exist there,
Right,
it's a draw.
right.
Okay, just to show that idea. Okay, so still a draw.
Big chances. There was one game left, but I think that's kind of obvious. Board 21. I believe white is
Yeah, this one we looked.
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at.
but
I thought white's
they
winning.
traded a pair of rooks, and I think
H5 wasn't played, by the way. Oh yeah, this is
yeah,
good.
but the
Nice.
the rook of
Nice
whites
technique,
is perfectly
yeah.
placed. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
And now the king just comes
King
to
goes here
b6.
and goes here, right?
Yeah. Support the pawn.
Very nice. And then after king b4, they will go like rook c5, and then get the king in here, right?
Yeah. I believe we're supposed to go back to board 17, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, 17. Was that the game that we wanted to go to see? This is the end game. Oh, okay. So
Why didn't you
But-
play rook e5? Rook e4 would have won the game, right?
she still won the game, right? She's still winning.
Yeah, she's winning. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, she won.
Okay, so she didn't repeat. It was just temporary. We didn't see. And board
So what? Let's just read.
board 21.
yeah.
I think we saw it.
Should we make the rounds
Yeah,
again? What
yeah.
other games are live right
There are
now?
not so many left. Board 2
Board 2.
in the under 18.
Yeah,
open
this was
section.
the game where
Queen's
white
got
played
you.
rook d8 instead of taking the.
Okay, but you can take
trade.
it later.
Okay, this is going to be a grind, but white is going to win this game.
Okay, so white
Yeah.
chose to take to go to take the B pawn instead of the H. Okay, I think it makes sense.
Okay,
maybe.
white's going to win this one.
And board 6. That's
This was a
board
game that we
2.
predicted it's going to be a draw.
Looks drawish
Although-
still.
Yeah, it's still a drawish, yeah. There's some activity for blacks, so. But it's drawish, yeah.
And board 18
Oh, these are the last games? That's
and
it?
21. Yeah, four games
Yeah,
left.
this is the game that we predicted might be a draw. Computer did like black here for a second. Maybe there's some f4 check or something. Oh, this is going to that line we talked about. This is a draw, right?
Mhm.
Because king f5, there's h4. That's
Yeah.
a draw. Okay, black doesn't want it. Is this a trap? Because of rook d8, rook c4 check, rook d4 check. That's winning, right? Once the king goes to d4, it's winning.
Is it? I have
So
H-
the right move here is
I have
h4. I think.
H4.
King c. Oh yeah, it's still a draw.
No, but now it's not that. So maybe I just go king e2 now, right? Or no? Wait, what move do I make with white here?
I think h4 is good here. Huh?
H4.
Why not?
So after rook d4, king c3. I don't take because if I take, I lose. 'cause you
Exactly,
have to- Yeah,
exactly.
so I go king c3.
But you can play rook d8 as well, actually. Do you play rook or that?
Oh yeah, that
Or
works,
that.
too. Just after rook d4 check, don't go
Here you can go rook d3.
rook d3. He doesn't have.
You may go rook d3.
Yeah. So
But
this
do
is
I
gonna.
even want to go rook d3? To be honest, I think I might just go king e2 or king c2.
Are you trying to
king
play
e2.
for a win suddenly?
Not necessarily,
But
but
what about king d4? That's how white can be forced to make a draw. King d4 now, rook d3 check, king e5.
Mhm.
So we can repeat.
after king d4, yeah, okay, yeah, right.
You don't have.
King d4, I can't take on c4 because then I lose, right? Because
Yeah, I might
Yeah.
even take with the.
no, just kick with the king and then go h4.
Yeah.
So king d4, white must play this move to draw the game.
Yes. So there's a a big chance that that's gonna happen. We already know that Alicia's gonna win that rook endgame with the technique 21. You can go to that again if you want to.
21 was the rook b5 game, right? Yeah, this is over.
This is over. Board 18.
But
we
why at
just
the
looked
engines?
at
Yeah,
it.
you didn't need some time to think about that.
All right, so we have two games, one which is board 2 in the under 18, and then we have board 2 in the under 14, that rook and knight endgame. So we can stay with these two games since the others seem quite obvious
Okay.
finishes. Ooh, okay, white is
Yeah, just gonna pick up more pawns.
Yeah,
active
rook
king now.
c5.
I wouldn't touch that
That's
rook on
simple. Yeah,
c3.
yeah,
I
maybe
would
not
keep this
yet.
here, but I
Okay,
would use
rook
this guy.
a6, yeah.
And look at the time difference.
It's tough when you don't
Well,
have
credit to
time.
black for fighting is hard. Gonna be tired for the next game, but credit to black.
Yeah, he played a good game, just it's tough once you sacrifice an exchange to deal with the position. I mean, even if the engine might say it's
Look
their
at that.
tactic.
Black is living on the edge with black played that move 1 second.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But now king e5, you have to rook d5 check. No, but can we just take the pawn actually here? Yeah.
I'm gonna predict a resignation soon.
So today they have two
games,
rounds. Tomorrow is
One
Thursday on only one.
round.
Friday
There's the Blitz
2
tournament
rounds.
and tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
there's
that's
a
why it's only
Blitz.
one round.
Yeah.
2 rounds is hard. For us commentators, it's hard. So imagine for the players.
Yeah.
2 rounds a day.
And they started at 9 a.m. And next round is at 4 p.m. So
9 a.m. rounds are not fun.
they're not. Let's go to board 6.
Did black flag?
Very likely, but I mean, okay, board 6.
Okay.
So this might be the last game that we have because everything else kind of that one and the other one, which probably will finish in a draw.
Black is kind of making a little progress. I'm starting to get scared for white here a little bit. Although the knight on f4 covers everything that, but actually no, because king d2, that's a trap.
Oops! Don't fall for that.
Yeah, this is a little tricky. Of course, maybe the idea here for white is to move the rook.
Yes, I was about to say that.
I thought rook e7 or something was fine, but maybe the king is coming to b3 and you wanted to stop that. Although king b3 then check is also, yeah, rook e3 is natural. But a5, like black is starting to creep in a little bit. I'm getting concerned for white here, to be honest. Henry might pull a Magnus type grind here with the a5, b4, and then takes, maybe even c takes the passer. Never be passive like this in the endgame. That's one of the key rules. So I wonder, like, could white have played like rook e8 or some sort of active move, right? Like just dump a rook on e8 and then think about it later, right? You have to play aggressive or a little bit more active here. You can't just play. This was felt like, white is just staying in the back rank and black is just pushing slowly. This was not the right strategy.
Not at all. Eigen is asking us if we will be at the American Open. I don't know if you missed the US Open or which tournament you mean exactly.
No, I'm not playing that one. Okay, any other games that are live? 18. This was
18. So these are the...
They
repeated
drew.
3 times.
Okay.
Does it
Yeah.
say draw?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't say. It just says it repeated 3 times, but they didn't claim yet.
Okay, they didn't claim yet. Okay,
Yes.
they did repeat 3 times.
They did repeat.
Yeah, so somebody has to claim a draw here.
Yes.
I think they must have, right?
The black seems to still be thinking. Maybe she's still figuring it out.
I'm pretty sure it's a draw.
In California. Okay, no, I don't believe so.
All right. What other game is going on?
Those are the ones. I mean.
Okay, we have resignation on board 2, by the way.
Resignation.
Yeah, so
okay.
10 more
It's
1.
probably time.
Okay.
All right, board 21 technically, but we know that that's a win.
Oh yeah, this is. Wait, what happened? But why did? Okay, it didn't matter.
The pawn. I mean, it doesn't matter.
It's still far away, right?
Well,
the rule is like 4 files, right?
Yeah.
This is more than 4 files. So and yeah, it's just,
No, but it doesn't matter because the white
rook's already,
rook is
already here.
Is not in front of. The king is not in
The
front.
rook is if the rook is in front, the king is cut off, and then 4 files, right? Because so the king was here, and the pawn was here, and the rook was cutting off the king. Then the rook will just go to b8, right?
Right.
Yeah. So even if white blunders everything, it's just so far away.
Yeah.
But this isn't. You don't even need anything like that.
That pawn just promotes.
Okay, so that's pretty much it, right?
Yes. A very intense round 4 of these Pan American Youth Championships here in Orlando. we'll have the next round at 4 p.m.
Yes. Yes.
Eastern time, and we'll probably go live at 4:15 just because there's a 15-minute delay. And tomorrow there'll be another round in the morning at 9
Yes.
a.m.
Absolutely.
We'll be live for that on time.
Yes.
Had a little bit of technical difficulty, but we are here. Very excited to be back doing commentary with you,
Yes.
Gauri, and hopefully you guys enjoyed and you'll join us back later.
Yes.